Winning 3 in a row is absolutely insane. So few teams have done it. I believe we're the 3rd pro team to have ever won 3 straight events.
I think the other teams hope that they can put as much work and time into it as we do. I wish them good luck in those situations, but I feel like we're going to be able to work harder than anybody else in the league. And as we've shown, we're going to continue to win tournaments.
Now with back-to-back wins, I feel like that's a stepping stone that we reached, and the goal is to keep winning. Try to win as many as possible, win a series. That's the next steps, and it's always trying to get better, trying to progress as owners, players, teammates, brothers, friends, everything we can. Just keep progressing in life, and that's the goal.
Yeah, next step is 3 in a row this season, 4 in a row altogether, and then we'll keep going from there. Next up is Ohio. So NXL Ohio, we're coming for you.
No tape. Ricky the Boston. No tape. No tape.
4-on-4 situation. Harris with that forward penetration in the middle. Now Stephen O'Mara coming forward. Now Stephen's going to get him clean. Nicely done.
O'Mara going headhunting on Harris Hussein, and he stays alive doing it. So great move by Stephen O'Mara.
Now he's going to come up here and shoot the can in the back right now. I'm not sure how the can's not dead, but big move right now. O'Mara got shot in the pack.
Yeah, he did kill Acevedo before that happened, and Arsenal going to clean up that last player off the Doritos side.
Hey, I heard him shooting his gun, so I blocked him out, invading him to come get me. Way to kill him on his move. Yeah. Who shot you, Elliot? Bang, bang, bang. 287. Back center. Oh, wait, no, there's still another one. 200, 200, 200. Benny, me and you made the same mistake. We did not connect midpoint. I'm covering off the middle.
Yes, 2-on-4 situation. NYX. Oh, that's a major. He's going to shoot him. That's a major.
Upgrade coming through, and it's going to call. They're going to call it a minor.
Yep. Hey, they got a penalty. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay
Taylor,
free. Stay free.
The snake.
I think we killed the snake with the penalty. 2 on the Dorito. It should be kill 3. Our Obama.
2-on-2.
Yeah, but this is just too little too late. Voting's very well for Arsenal. Who cares? You're up 4-0. You've already got 2 wins on the board.
Oh, JC
win out.
Harris.
Margin doesn't mean anything.
1-on-1.
Yeah, here comes JC. Goes right at him.
JC Whittington.
JC Whittington.
Oh, don't hurt yourself,
the legend,
JC.
47 years old.
47 years old, JC Whittington.
Still got it, baby. Get this man some oxygen.
Oh, man. You gonna let that old man do that to you? Oh, man. What is that? Is that nail? That's a goose egg. That's a goose egg. Way to be, JC. Grit, motherfuckers. Woo! Hey, that's the fucking grit, motherfucker. Hey, we almost gave them 3 points. Hey, but each one of us fucking stepped up when we fucking needed to. Hey, what happened in the beginning? What happened? We forgot the fucking process. Me, Benny, both forgot the process. We tried to be like, yeah, we could fill out real quick. Be alive. Be the fuck alive. All right, that's the difference maker. When we are alive. Yeah. Hey, me and Benny both made quick moves. Shouldn't have happened. Hey, We're 120 grit.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
120 grit for the next one.
We got more.
Okay?
We got
hey,
more.
everybody step the fuck up. Everybody's here. Everybody's ready to fucking roll. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey.
Closet! Kill the closet! Kill the closet! We gotta be alive. Hey! Diesel, America off the break. Hold the zone. Delta money inside. Diesel! Diesel! Diesel!
Game time finished. Game stop.
Hey, all good. A little frustrating because we should have dominated, but hey, a win's a win. Kyle! Kyle! I'm down to my last. I'm down to my last.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Here, put it in. Hey, look. Who's across?
It's closet home on me.
Hey, I can go through the middle and get the closet.
You got to be careful of the Delta guy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, hey, you know Clint's in the air. Hey, fire! Fire! No, Arizona. Yeah, go to the closet at least right now. Cobra money. I'm going.
They got the Tiger King Kuzma. It's the one on the snake side here. Diesel also getting into the 50 snake.
Oh, so Kuzman's going to run to his death, though. Tried to bunker him out, not able to get him.
Yeah,
not even a trade.
Yeah, he didn't know that Mouse was there. Mouse just shoots two more. Shoots him on his first engagement. And he lived? Oh my goodness. Dies in the end, but I think that was a 4-pack for Mouse.
I need my gun. 40 seconds. I'm on it. Missouri. Kill 4. Hey, 60 seconds. Kill 4. Come on. Fucking go. Way to be. Be confident in your comms. Hey, check the power play. Hey, Dorito 2's gonna go. I'm on it. Hey, Ricky.
Yeah, I think
Ricky,
Diesel's
kill
going to be
3.
pretty content. Undefeated on day 1.
Yeah.
Looking real
Hey,
good.
stay
Yeah, they're
fired.
in the driver's seat. They came into this with a chip on their shoulder.
And if you beat Legion by 4, you're a favorite to win this tournament.
Magic.
An awesome job sprinting downfield to put one more on the board.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Get it on me. Diesel.
Here we go. Dinner on you, motherfucker.
I got it.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano barrel system here. This kit includes our famous ultra lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new Nano tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris, paint, or moisture from entering the bore and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691, and are also compatible with all PWR inserts, including those made by Planet Eclipse, Dye, and Inception Designs. Check them out at crbnpaintball.com.
Welcome to the most important day of the tournament here at the 2025 NXL Midwest Open. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey here on Major League Paintball Plus. And we are in the wild card round. It's going to be X Factor taking on Ironman. And what a cool story here, Mike, as the Sea Dogs have made it to their first Sunday as a rookie pro team. And they're playing Chicago Aftershock, also making their first Sunday of 2025. But one of the most legendary team names in existence going to be playing this rookie pro team. What do you think about that matchup?
Yes, spicy finish for Chicago Aftershock against AC Diesel yesterday. The Sea Dogs putting the league on notice with that 5-0 victory after Arsenal punching their ticket to Sunday. Cannot take that team lightly. They've earned their way here. And now we're going to have X Factor against the Ironman. The Ironman playing for their fallen teammate, Jerry Caro. Rest in peace, Jerry. You know this team has a lot of motivation behind them. I heard Kyle Nicolau, number 2, on their Dorito side going crazy in that pit, getting them fired up, but tough test against San Antonio X Factor, who's hungry as ever for a win.
Yeah, X Factor making 2 Sundays already at the first 2 events. This is the first Sunday appearance here for the Ironmen. They're the longest running pro team in existence, playing a little bit of roster roulette the past few seasons to get a competitive lineup out there, see how they do today. In the wild card round, you have to win 4 games in a row to win the tournament, but it just happened in the last event with PB Fit and the Tauntauns both making it to the finals. So at the start here, looks like Ironman going to be dropping a body early, and X Factor on the red side going up 5-on-4 here, Mike.
Yeah, it was Tom Guest going up the middle, which is a new look for them, trying to give a different look on Sunday, but it doesn't work out for them. X Factor up a body. They got Matt Jackson in that mini brick wrapping the top of that bunker. It's going to make it hard for Ironman to get into the snake. They have 2 bodies, Zach Geiger and Henry Sense, in that South Electronics can right now. But with fuzzy Matt Jackson on the cross, difficult to shoot in and get across that gap.
Yeah, getting across these crucial gaps. If you're just joining us here for Sunday's competition, thank you so much. It's been a very tactical field. It's been relatively easy to get into the snake structures and to get up to the middle to that 40-yard line brick. But once you get there, you have to be extra careful before you push past those positions. Now, we're currently in the stage of the game when everyone's fighting to get up the field. Looks like Frank Antetomaso going to get shot, so the gun's blazing here in point number 1, off the break and on zone control for X Factors. They have a big high body situation, 5-on-3.
Yeah, that was Matt Jackson on that cross. Shoots Zach Geiger trying to back up off the South Electronics can and fill over. So 5-on-3, all X Factors so far in this first point.
Yeah, X Factor deciding to basically stay in the pocket. No risks at all for them off the break up the middle or outside wide. But the pocket play trending nicely for him here. Now they're starting to move up the field with this big 2-body advantage. They get outside wide. And also Archie and Matt Jackson looking to make moves.
Someone filtered into the snake, though, for the Ironman. X Factor, it appears, has picked him up. Can't see who that is cross field. Archie over the top of this mini wall, assessing the situation.
They're trying to find the bodies right now. So, yeah, great comms. It's
Pat Kraft Jr. in Snake 3. So we haven't seen him in that spot, but with 2 bodies down, he filters into the Snake 3. 3-on-5. Going to need to do some work to get Ironman back into this point.
We did see a decent amount of low body magic pulled off in the prelims just because of how easy it is to get lost on this field. And Pat Kraft's going to fight his way to get into the 50-yard line wedge top side. Comes through as Matt Jackson going to try to trade his body. No, he gets eaten up, so great kill there for Pat Kraft Jr.
Yeah, nice job by Pat, anticipating the move, living behind his gun, tucking in, protecting himself. Matt Jackson dying to Kraft, so now a 3-on-4. Ironman clawing back into it. Ref checks Kraft, but he's clean. He's got Meter Ninos to deal with in front of him in that Dorito 2 now for X Factor.
Yeah, still a high body situation here, but if Pat can get another kill, he's going to even things up. Oh, but Pat Kraft Jr. going to get clipped out of that 50-yard line wedge, and now just 2 more bodies to shoot. Kyle Nicolau going to get up into D2.
Yeah, it's Nicolau and Henry Sense. Billy calling find the bodies for X Factor. I think they lost track of Henry Sense. Probably picked him up now as he came over the top of that Snake 1.
They're going to shoot out Kyle Nicolau and then going to force a concession here from the Ironman. So point number 1, doing work early and converting the 5-on-3. San Antonio X Factor going to go up 1-0.
Yeah, X Factor doing X Factor things right here, shooting Tom Guest. He was typically playing out of the back center. A lot of teams going into Sunday will try to give a new look, but X Factor not caught off guard. Great zone control by Fuzzy Jackson there, shooting Zach Geiger, who tried to back up. But then Fuzzy later coming forward. Tries to shoot Pat Kraft. Good job by Kraft tucking in as much as he can and putting paint where Fuzzy's trying to arrive. And now Royal City Sea Dogs. First Sunday for this rookie pro team. They looked really good yesterday at times. Talked to Opie Logren, coaching staff of Arsenal, said that the Sea Dogs played great all weekend with a lead. Struggled from behind, but with a lead.
We'll see if they can get an early lead here against Shock, who able to put a ball on Shane Salmon on the break and keep 5 bodies alive and take some ground. So aggressive play call here for Coach Todd Martinez as he's going to take the back corner bunker D side with LJ Parrish, and I believe Clay Hughes gets into the snake.
Yeah, Clay Hughes really came on for them. Alex Rodriguez now filtering into the middle in this 5-on-4.
They do let Campbell dip into the snake for the Sea Dogs, and I don't know if they've picked him up. A-Rod is going to try to push up onto the Sea Dog side. He gets through that crucial gap, and he's going to go right into their snake structure and crawl up untouched. Going to get to the wedge here pretty quickly. Let's see if he knows where Salmon is, or Campbell.
It seems like he's aware that there's a snake too. The shadows are long in the morning. It's already hot here. Now he definitely saw him. He's going to shoot him in the pack. Nice job, A-Rod.
Ooh, just a nice little one ball. Gentlemanly of A-Rod.
Kills the back center as well. He's going to trade with this fella. Not even. Stays alive at first. Just one body left alive. Yeah. Alex Rodriguez clocking in here on Sunday morning.
Yeah, he's done some damage and playing perfectly off of that as Connor Kelly and Trent Nita swarm up the field, playing off the chaos caused by A-Rod. Nice execution. Shoot the early body. Get A-Rod on their side. Nicely done. Aftershock 1-0.
Yeah, great point there for them. Here's Alex Rodriguez attacking through the middle, gets through that cut undetected, steps up, shoots the snake player, not concerned about giving him a ton. He was hunting for more. Kills the back center. This guy's going to try to get him off the field. The A-Rod anticipating, trades with him essentially.
Almost a collision there. He was going right for A-Rod. So the Ironman down by 1 here to X Factor. Let's see if they can get a clean 5-on-5 break. Maybe shoot a body, or if X Factor can continue. And now I'm wondering if X Factor are going to risk anything here or go back to heavy guns in pocket.
Yeah, Aftershock risking out wide a lot. X Factor much less inclined to do so. They like the pocket a bit more.
So they go back to the pocket. They do lose Meter Nino, so that's a big kill here for the Ironman. They keep 5 bodies alive, and they get Frank into the snake very quickly. He's thinking about getting across the gap from snake 2 to snake 3. Snake 3 is catching a little bit of heat, but he gets through clean. Launch up the middle for Guest, and then right quickly into the 50-yard line wedge here for Frank Antetomaso.
They don't know he's there.
Frank could dice up a couple kills. There's not one gun on Frank right now.
No, Colt is shooting the snake 3, but Frank's past it. Now he's on to X Factor's side of the field. They do not know he's there, Matty Frank. Golden opportunity here.
Yeah, he's blocked out from Colt. He's not going to be able to get a shot on Colt unless he wraps all the way around, but could definitely get a shot here on the Aztec.
He shoots the shot the South Electronics can, so that's another kill. So 5-on-3, Frank onto Tommaso on X Factor's side of the field. Going to wrap deep, puts the shot on Colt. Trades, but we like that. 4-on-2, advantage Ironman.
Yeah, we like trades in high body situations. X Factor in a tough position. 2 bodies tucked in the pocket. TJ Danner. And who's that last body?
That is...
Got a better angle.
I believe that's Cody Bayless.
Bayless, yeah.
Cody Bayless.
Yeah, Bayless. So Bayless drawing the start. He played a ton of points for him. Played well.
Nice job by Frank and undetected far up the field.
Now, TJ Danner is a machine in these low body moments. He's going to have to hope the Ironman makes some mistakes, though, because they do have overwhelming superiority on the numbers.
Yeah, the Ironmen, though, don't know that those bodies came off. Frank was so far up the field that he was slightly disconnected. Not really his fault. Don't want to turn around and reveal his position, but Tom Guest keyed up on the snake. There's no one over there for X Factor.
They let Bayless fill out wide. TJ's thinking about trying to get across. He's begging for a kill, not going to get it. Kyle, for the Ironman, has made his way out to the back corner bunker on the D side. Guests at the brick, and then here comes Henry Sense.
It's just TJ Danner, though. So Ryan Brand going to concede as Cody Bayless got shot Trying to get out to that Dorito corner, so great point by the Ironman. Nice job by Frank, and all the way to X Factor's Dorito undetected.
Yeah, Frank was definitely the difference maker to tie this game up. Let's get a look here in the pits for the Ironman.
30 seconds.
When they know we're in Snake 3, they go to a bomb,
Let's get a look here at the replay. So X Factor going pocket, but losing Meter Nino. So basically in his first engagement, and there was Frank Tommaso very quickly bullied his way up in the Snake and on to X Factor's side of the field. There was TJ Dan to the last body left alive.
Now, Aftershock up one after a quick one against the Sea Dogs. Alex Rodriguez came through the middle on that first point. They're going to send Clay Hughes, Snake off the break, and LJ Parrish to the corner off the break. Sea Dogs do get 5 out alive.
Shock into the Snake with Hughes, right into Snake 3.
As is Royal City Sea Dogs.
Yeah.
Snake 3 with Campbell.
Yeah, so Campbell and Hughes mirrored up cross field. Sea Dogs are going to dive another body into the Snake with Salmon.
Nice 2-stack on that side for Sea Dogs. Down 1, but a long way to go. They played with really good control on this field yesterday. They're a scrappy team. They like to jaw. They know how to get a little shiesty.
Well, so they had that big 5-0 win with Arsenal. I talked to Salmon this morning, Mike, and he said that their motivation for that was that Arsenal kicked them off the field in Florida. They wouldn't practice them.
Well, that's a good motivation. Oh, you guys are too good to practice us? Here's a quick beatdown for you. So good on them for proving that they are not only a worthy practice opponent, but a better team at this tournament playing on Sunday.
They got a double stack of bodies, top side in that Snake structure. Aftershock have not developed behind Hughes quite yet. No lead with a 1-point lead to protect here for Aftershock and 12:25 to go. Got to carry extra pain out here on Sunday. Never know when an 8-10 minute point's going to pop off.
Yeah, already humid out here. I expect to see some bounces. Now here comes Galikowski, I believe. Yeah, Galikowski filling out into that South Electronics can for the Sea Dogs. Clay Hughes in the Snake 3 for Aftershock. He's got his mirror crossfield. That's Campbell for the Sea Dogs.
LJ Parrish, though, Mike, able to dip out back corner bunker on the D side.
Yeah, off the break. They sent him again. He's been making that with really good success, probably better than anybody.
Well, he's real fast, real small, and really hard to shoot. But it doesn't look like Aftershock wants to move up right now. They're posted up in their spots. Connor Kelly's thinking about getting into the Snake here behind Hughes, but still going to post up and shoot that lane downfield.
Maddie, can you see who's playing the mini brick for Aftershock in the center there? Oh, it's Hosky, 42, playing that mini brick with Alex Rodriguez in the back center behind him.
Yeah, lots of bodies on the roster to choose from for Coach Todd Martinez on Chicago Aftershock.
And that will be a factor today, your depth and your cardio.
If you go deep, for sure. It's not oppressively hot quite yet, but it's supposed to be 96 today, a little humid.
Salmon now filtering in to the Snake 2, getting close behind Campbell, hunting for hoppers. Seen a lot of big moments come from the 2 on the Snake side this weekend. Being able to support their 1 and hunt for hoppers.
Yeah, this says the makings of a long one here.
Yeah, whenever it goes 5-on-5 past the first minute and both teams get out wide, becomes a stalemated situation. The onus is on the Sea Dogs to push. So plenty of time to do it, but down 1.
Yeah, patience has been the word of the weekend. Got to be careful making your moves across.
Aftershock figuring out the full situation, saying it's either the baby or the something, trying to figure out where all 5 bodies are, and then once you know where they are, how their guns are networked out here, and if you know which way they're shooting, then you can find a way to break them. if you so choose, if you're Aftershock.
Yeah, and for the Sea Dogs, they've done the work to take the ground on the snake side. So the typically 95% of the time, first attack is going to be out of that snake structure. You're going to get into snake 3, get another body in snake 2. You're going to have 2 bodies in the middle. If you're going to want to risk a little bit, go brick. But the door and the mini wall, typically the spots teams go to. And then one of the crucial bunkers on the field is the Aztec on that Dorito side.
Yeah, definitely for taking away the attack through the middle, defending your structure on your end of the field. Campbell just has to go through Hosky's gun if he wants to make the move into that 50 snake wedge. So at a certain moment, Salmon throwing paint to Dylan Rizzardo in that mini brick.
Not ideal to already be out of paint, but have to shoot these gaps.
LJ Parrish went briefly into the Dorito 1, but then jumped back to the Dorito corner. I think I'd like to see the Dorito player for Sea Dogs try to make some progress up that side of the field, hop out to this corner. He's only has Connor Kelly's gun.
Yeah, yesterday afternoon, Mike, one of the ways that the plays were developing is to get the body from the Aztec on the D side. Yeah, you're on an island. You have to be careful. You can't die, and you can watch that inside gap. But when you're chasing points is to get up on the Dorito side. It's going to pull a gun or two away from that snake side, and it's going to make their life easier on the attack. So we'll see if Welts, again, great paintball name, Welts can make his way up here on the D side, but content to hang out at that spot and shoot lanes right now.
Yeah, he's just gun battling Connor Kelly heads up. When he comes inside, he's a little bit concerned. Alex Rodriguez has dominance on him from his mirror, the Dorito insert on the red side for Aftershock. Always a dangerous player, Alex Rodriguez. Might end up in your business as he did the last point. Hosky now wrapping the top to try to put Campbell back in. Campbell is just keyed up inside. He just wants to put a 1 ball on Hosky, it appears. At a certain point, he's got to think about getting on the wrap and trying to get into that 50 wedge.
Yeah, it is up to the Sea Dogs, down 1, to try to make something happen here eventually. 7:10 to go, so they still have some regulation game time to work with to develop this offensive attack. And dipping into snake here, Connor Kelly going to get behind Hughes.
Yeah, and I really like that move because it makes it harder for Welts to make that move out to the Dorito side. So now Welts is just playing patty cake with Alex Rodriguez cross field. Not a lot of paint on the backs of these Sea Dogs players, so when the time comes to initiate the scramble.
Well, Rizzardo could launch up the middle. They could try to get Campbell across the gap into the 50. These are your options. So get Rizzardo up the middle to develop there. Try to pull a gun off of Campbell. Good luck. And then try to get Campbell across or get Welts up. Those are your options.
Connor Kelly crawls into the snake 2. He was catching some bounce shot action. Now Welts making his move outside. He gets into the Dorito 1 around the corner.
Oh, Mike, I think is Salmon picking paintballs up off the ground? Not a perfect situation for him.
Don't like that, down 1.
Now Salmon could, if he's out of paint, he could try to leapfrog Campbell. We saw Moorhead do that well yesterday, leapfrogging past Chad George. So Chad George wraps around to put bodies in, and then the body in snake 2 gets across.
Yeah, try to play as bait. Be bait for someone else to make a move.
Yeah, if you only have 5 or maybe 10 grassy, slightly moist paintballs in your hopper, that might be the move.
It's a 5-on-5. It's not like you're in a 1-on-2 and you can maybe get into a snap shoot battle. Still zone ball. Welts now making his move into the Dorito 2.
Well, the longer this point goes, the more important it becomes. Because if we're only going to see 2, maybe 3 points out here, which is how it's looking, it's becoming a must-win for the Sea Dogs.
Yeah.
Because if you go down 2 to shock with, who knows how long this, it's still 5-on-5.
But it's going to be under 5 minutes, and on this field,
my point,
yeah, 2 minutes and 30 seconds is not automatic.
We did see some quicker points yesterday afternoon. Teams are figuring out the best offensive attack. It's typically incorporating some big move up the middle.
We got our production booth saying a possible option for Welts here moving into that 50 wedge.
Well, he's made his way into D2, and there goes the move from Rizzardo as he's going to go up. And they are going to do good zone control here for Aftershock as they shoot out Rizzardo.
Yeah, he just got smoked by either Clay Hughes or Connor Kelly. Not even close, trying to get into that brick. So And also doing it one at a time. No one made a move off of that move. Now Campbell finally coming into that 50 wedge for the Sea Dogs. He comes on to Aftershock side of the field, gets shot. So does Welch. Just 2 left alive. Hosky does trade with him, but a 4-on-2 advantage Aftershock. I think you got concede
I
here.
was thinking the same thing, Mike. But they do shoot Hughes out. And so it's a 3-on-2. Now they got to let this one play. But it still could be, I mean, because it's still a lead they're chasing. There's 4:10 left to go. Must-win point right now for the Sea Dogs here in the wild card round. Down a body. Oh, they shoot out A-Rod. Here comes a big move from LJ, and LJ stitches up Salmon, but then he gets taken out, comes down to a 1-on-1.
That's huge, that kill on A-Rod there to get it to a 1-on-1. Finally erasing the advantage for Aftershock. Connor Kelly trying to pick up the player who's...
But I think this might be Galikowski, last player left alive, and he is picking paintballs up off the ground. Connor Kelly also no pods on his back. He's got to be getting low.
But he's moving himself into a place where he can protect the buzzer. He looks at the clock. Connor Kelly has been playing basically every point out here for Aftershock. Galikowski with the team on his back, trying to throw Connor Kelly off by talking to a ghost.
Smart. Galikowski's going to commit. Goes up to the 50-yard line. Connor's going to match him right to the 50-yard line as well, too. So they're cross-field from each other here currently. Connor Kelly's going to go in. He launches a burst. They're equidistant from that buzzer. Buzzer is the goal here. Connor Kelly's going to come back to try to protect. In a one-on-one, you want to have your opponent lose you. So when we say he got lost, that's a good thing.
3 minutes on the clock, becoming more important with each second for the Sea Dogs and Galikowski.
These teams both in the pits now just biting their fingernails, watching this in these tense moments here. Be massive for Connor Kelly to pull this one off for Aftershock. They haven't seen a Sunday yet. Rookie pro team Sea Dogs. Galikowski trying to put the team on his back and punch their ticket here into the quarterfinals. He's all the way on to Aftershock side of the field.
I don't know that he has any paintballs in his gun right now. I think he
picked a few up. I mean, I don't know what the quality of those paintballs are. I mean, we're in set 1, so.
Yeah, Connor recognizing that it's about protecting the buzzer. Galikowski, I'm not sure has put a ball downfield. He's picking another one up off the ground.
Still 2:09 here on the clock. I mean, Connor cannot have many paintballs left either, because he's shot in a couple solid bursts.
Yep.
Probably 20 or 30 he's used up so far. Those hoppers get about a pod in there.
Can feel so helpless when you're coming down on these low paint situations. Connor Kelly doing a little jostle of the hopper. Now Galikowski moving forward. He's just looking for pods that might have a little paint in them. Very smart.
Well, he used up all the paintballs on the ground from the back corner, so he had to go. There should be a decent amount around that bunker.
Yeah, exactly. A-Rod was in there for a bit. Looked like he picked 1 or 2 up off the ground. Just a minute 30.
One-ball check-in drills here. Crucial to do in practice because you never know. Tournament could be on the line in one-ball check-in drills. Connor Kelly is going to – there might be trading. No, Connor Kelly is going to get him, so Connor Kelly –
wins the game.
Yeah, he wins the game here as well. There's still a minute and 10, a minute and 11. It's going to get interesting on a staggered, reckless attack for the Sea Dogs. They have no choice. Chase in 2, but to send it. But Connor Kelly stepping up big for Chicago Aftershock. We're in the pits.
Give me your gun. Hey, Sam, 1 minute. Way to fucking be, Connor. Let's go. Let's go, Connor. Let's go, baby.
And there's Galikowski picking up paintballs off the ground in multiple different bunkers. Actually finds a pod, so he had a couple. And getting some fresh ones there. Again, we're only in set 1, so they got to be relatively fresh. But not really. It's still hot and humid.
Normally you see people throw streams at each other when they're in the ring around the rosy. Right there, both of them making sure the ball counted. But Connor Kelly's broke. I don't think Galikowski put a ball on him. Nicely done. Keeping his composure in a very long point.
Well, if the trade would have made it the game even more interesting, because the trade would have kept it 1-0 with a minute and 11. Jumping back after a long wait for X Factor and the Ironman. First body drop will be Frank Tommaso as the Ironman going to be with Pat Kraft Jr. Minor penalty assessed though on X Factor. Going to make this one interesting here. See how this battle goes down in the middle here in this 4-on-3 in favor of the Ironman. Oh, he's going to go right into a gun though. Jackson saving that one and evening up the count. 3-on-3.
Yeah, great read by X Factor there. I don't know if it was a read by Fuzzy or a call by Ryan Brand, but they know that Pat Kraft liked to come across that gap. They set the trap for him. Fuzzy eats him. 3-on-3 situation.
3-on-3, better field position for X Factor as they have Fuzzy up the middle. Ironman in some back spots, no lead to protect, no outside progression. And Montemayor in the snake here, Mike.
X Factor 3-man champions in our little tournament on Thursday, now finding themselves in a 3-man situation on Sunday in a tie game.
They got some good practice for X Factor with that 3-man championship for this exact moment.
Archie Montemayor, always a standout for him in that snake 3. Archie knows the exact situation. He's calling 3-4 snake, meaning the back center, the Dorito insert. The snake player, never know when he might make a move. Tom Guest now filtering into the snake side can. Archie knows it. He calls the 2. Now he's on the wrap on, I think that's Baldwin in the Dorito insert for the Ironman.
Yeah, the Ironman dipping that body in the snake, pretty crucial here. Fuzzy Jackson has to watch that side. He's going to commit through the gap here, see if Fuzzy can get a shot in on him. And the running referee, possible kill here for X Factor. They do. Going to be a 2-on-3 situation, but they might be losing
Cody
Bayless. No, Bayless is good.
Yeah, 3-on-2 advantage X Factor. They got the spots. They got the body advantage. Archie Montemayor onto their Ironman side of the field. Gun battling Thomas Guest. He shoots him. 3-on-1.
Ironman, possible concession here. It looks like they're going to let it roll. No, they're going to concede. So, going to be a 2-1 score with 7:19 in regulation. Ironman, a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, X Factor winning off the break, absorbing the minor penalty. They killed Frank, catch the minor, but then Fuzzy kills Kraft in the middle right here. Kraft trying to crawl into his end. Fuzzy was waiting for it, claps up his dome. Henry Sense trying to send it, gets caught by Fuzzy Jackson. Coming into that 50 wedge. Nicely done.
And they're on the close in a 3-on-1 situation. Archie Montemayor being very proactive here in that snake structure.
You get set and I move around you. Whatever's in the loader, jump on.
So they're already good paint management here for X Factor. Whatever's in the loader, dump it. It's humid and it's already hot.
It looks like a...
They got a fan blowing in there. That's smart, too.
Bad jump by Aftershock makes them have 3 in the back center, and Clay Hughes gets shots off the break. So does Connor Kelly. However, they do shoot one of the Sea Dogs, and then eventually able to get 3 bodies alive in the middle. Just 60 seconds. Royal City Sea Dogs need 2.
They're going to lose Campbell here, but here comes the launch up the middle with Rizzardo. They're going to shoot another body. It's getting interesting here.
It's a 2-on-2.
Yeah, 2-on-2 situation. Ride or die moment right now for Rizzardo, and he's going to get stitched up. One player left alive to try to save it for the Sea Dogs. It's going to be tough. I think that Chicago Aftershock has done enough to move on to the quarterfinals here with 34 seconds and a 2-point lead. They're going to stack up a little margin. Doesn't mean anything here on Sunday. It's win or go home. But hey, man, Sea Dogs are playing on house money. 3rd event as professionals and making it on to the top 10.
Yeah, nicely done by the Sea Dogs. No slouches. They've proven themselves to be a real opponent out here, a real threat for Sundays. Alex Rodriguez struggled at times on day 1, but alive here in the end. It's going to hit the buzzer. Nicely done by him. LJ Parrish ended up in a very weird spot for him after getting a bad jump, but kept his body alive. So key there. Aftershock, moving on.
Moving on. Big test for him in the next one here in the quarterfinals as they're going to be taking on the Tauntauns. And the Tauntauns were phenomenal in the prelims.
4-0.
Yeah, they took down Red Legion in their last game to become the top seed. So few mistakes for the Tauntauns. So
yeah, that's a real test. Going to have to go through them.
But Aftershock warming up in a win. Connor Kelly, the MVP of that game.
Oh, yes, so clutch by Connor Kelly in the long one-on-one to kill time and win it, to take a 2-point lead. Huge, huge moment for that guy. Todd Martinez coached him on Houston Heat, brought him over to Aftershock, and he's been good for him.
Yeah, another name we got to bring up for Shock was A-Rod in that .1.
Oh, yeah, feasting as he often does.
Here we go, 1-point lead and 7:18 to go. So this game now in X-Ball. We're just focusing on this one, the conclusion of that one. 5-on-5 break could be a long point. Ironman quickly into the snake, though. X Factor, body out wide with Meter. Back corner bunker.
Yeah, Zach Geiger into the snake. Pat Kraft making moves from the back center into that snake side wedge in support of Geiger. He gets on the wrap. No player in the Dorito insert for X Factor.
Yeah, so Geiger back with the squad after the untimely passing. RIP Jerry Caro to give them some more depth. It's impossible to replace Jerry Caro, but Geiger done some good job. They've been going with mostly Frank, but Geiger been getting a decent amount of spins out here. This is a big one.
5-on-5, Fuzzy Jackson in the mini wall, holding that gap into the wedge, keeping the pressure on Zach Geiger. Ironman down 1, 6 minutes on the clock. Might feel like all day, but against a team like X Factor that networks their guns, really difficult.
Yeah, good comms here for the Ironman.
Yeah, I'm shotgun, meaning I'm snake side. I'm domino, says someone else.
Guest is going to get it at that doubled up spot at the South Electronics can to get into the snake here behind Geiger as Pat Kraft Jr. crawling up to that 40-yard line brick.
Billy B in the snake 2 for X Factor, always dangerous, certainly extra dangerous when backed up by Archie Montemayor. Henry Sense filtering up into the mini wall for the Ironman. No, sorry, that's Tom Guest in the mini wall, getting vision.
X Factor been doing a good job here in these situations throughout the tournament. See if they can capitalize on this lead. Billy wants to get up into that snake 3 position. They'll get another body out behind him. Look for Matt Jackson to hold down this lane for a while, potentially launch up the middle.
Kraft, meanwhile, has gotten into the center brick for the Ironman, so the Ironman developing nicely. But like we've said, Maddie, I think at a certain moment, they're going to need Kyle Nicolau to get out wide and forward on that Dorito side. Pat Kraft holding down the Dorito side right now, making sure that Meter Ninos can't take that bump forward.
There goes Archie Montemayor getting in the snake with Billy Bernaccia.
4 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Coming down on 4:20 now. Let's see if the Ironman can find the smoke for X Factor.
Eventually, Geiger is going to have to commit to get across this gap and get through Matt Jackson's gun to get into this 50-yard line wedge. Pat Kraft Jr. might choose to launch through the gap and get up into that brick on X Factor's side. But Meter Ninos looking cross-field here currently from the back corner bunker on the D side to stop any Pat Kraft action up the middle.
X Factor knows that Kraft is there as well. They called Cowboy. Know that he's in that brick. That's their call. Billy describing who's on him, who's holding him up. It's Henry Sense on the cross. 2 in the snake. Obama back center, back right. Is Ironman's call, but they're going to lose Tom Guest out of the mini wall. I believe Billy shot him.
It's going to force the issue a little bit here because they still need one to tie. We're down to 3:20 on the clock as Geiger's going to launch. He gets in clean to the 50. Pat Kraft comes up. Or back actually a little bit here. I was thinking about maybe moving a little bit backwards, but then went right back into the brick.
Yeah, I think he was trying to find a shot on TJ or some kind of wrap. Meter Ninos popping the top, almost catches him. Now Fuzzy coming into the wedge. Now Kraft coming into the Hertz Tower. Fuzzy picked it up.
Billy Bernaccia looking inside from Snake 3. Pat Kraft has his gun that way as well, too. Archie Montemayor is going to come back to the stand-up can, and then looks like Henry Sense going to be taking the walk, and now it's a 5-on-3. Not looking good here for the Ironman with 2:36 to go. They're going to need to concede this point. They lose Pat Kraft Jr. as well, too. Just 2 options, and that is going to be the case. So X Factor stacking up a 2-point lead, be in X ball, so these guys are going to have a quick turnaround.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout here, but great job by X Factor. Zone control, offense when they wanted it and when they needed it, and then just picking off the Ironman one at a time there. Ironman going to need to force the issue now, change the pace of the game.
In the pits with the Ironman. tournament on the line.
We need to pull this fucking game back. Let's go. Let's go.
Every team has an emotional leader. Kyle Nicolau is that man on the Ironman.
Ball. Let's go. Let's pace up.
Let's pace up.
Hey, we're going to call a timeout. I need everyone to get the fucking energy up. Let's go.
We got a timeout. Relax.
I'm going to sit on it.
Hey, Tommy, 2 and 2 minutes. Okay?
Patrick, are we changing? 1 minute, Iron Man. He's going to monster. You're back sitting by yourself.
It says Tommy, so they need Tom Guest to clock in right now.
Yeah, he got shot off the break, died out of his bunker that one. He's a really good player. Going to need something from him here down 2.
Are they going to go back with Frank, or are they going to go with Geiger again? As the attacker on the snake side, just heard Frankie, so it looks like they're probably going to go with Frank.
Yeah, he had that great point. The one point they won, it was Frank onto Tommaso getting that penetration on the snake side. That was the difference.
Yeah, so, and he just got a rest. Looking at some of these replays, just full control from X Factor.
Yeah, TJ Danner popping the top at the right time, catching Henry Sense in transition. Nice job, TJ.
Yeah, X Factor's so good at every version of the game. The 3-man was actually really fast and dynamic. They win that one. So many second places in the past 5.5 years here for San Antonio X Factor. They've won world championships. They've won a lot of tournaments in their long, legendary careers. But it has been a while since they've won the big show. They desperately want to do it again. They also had a group of them win the 10-man championship recently, too. So it'd be pretty cool, for my paintball purist soul, to have X Factor win a 10-man, a 3-man, and a 5-man all within a couple months.
Yeah, you got to come up with a name of that, like the old school triple or something.
You're the one with the master's degree, bro. So I'm gonna go. You have to figure that one out.
Yeah. I'll get back to you on it.
No rush. We got time. Paintball's not going anywhere.
30 seconds.
Let's see what the Ironmen go with.
Hey,
down 2.
God.
2 minutes, 30 seconds. Paxton trying to read the situation.
And then they're going to go to the Obama.
Ironman coach Paxton was a legend of a player, leading that squad, trying to read the body posture at the box of the X Factor boys. X Factor up 2, Ironman got to send it.
So on the breakout here, 2 points in 2.5 minutes. Ironman go up the middle with Tom Guest, and looks like X Factor's going to match with Matt Fuzzy Jackson. Double stack of bodies. Oh, I was going to say, Pat's got to be careful here. Okay, he does not decide to crawl up and get stitched up again by Matt. He's going to try to put that Aztec in and roll around to trade out with Fuzzy. They have to turn the pace up here, and they are. Everyone is big-bodied up out of their spots. It's a 5-on-5 situation, but the Ironmen have already flooded up the field, Mike.
Yeah, really nice development quickly into the Snake 3, now into the Dorito 2. Never mind, Fuzzy shot him. Kraft definitely knows that Fuzzy's on the other side of that bunker. Down a body, though, don't like a trade. Fuzzy knows he loves a trade. Never mind, he's going to get 3. Make it, might be hit on his inside, but maybe not.
No, Fuzzy Jackson here with a massive move, protecting this 2-point lead. If that went the Ironman's way, we'd have a game, but Jackson handling business, couple kills. Now he's posted up on that 50-yard line wedge and head checking the clock real quick. I know he's actually head checking the D side to make sure there's no one that way so he can go across and live. He's actually going to continue his forward progression. No concession from the Ironman. And now we're going to see a concession. So now they're going to be down by 3 with just 1:21.
Maddie, that was a 4-pack. Might have been a 5-pack for Fuzzy Jackson out of the middle with people in his face. Put that on the list right there.
So we give away $1,000 courtesy of Pate Smith Law on Sundays. And Pate Smith is a lawyer that specializes in representing his clients against insurance companies and property claims. So if that's your issue, hit him up. That is absolutely going on the list here as the first big one on Sunday.
Yeah, and they were up 2 minutes 30 on the clock. That ends the game. You know, having good closers on your field, and I mean match closers, not point closers. Fuzzy did it right there, going bloody knuckles with Kraft after shooting Tom Guest.
See, here's the replay. So, and he comes across, catches Pat sleeping, taps him out, and then guns up on Tom Guest, blows him to bits. Referee going to run in and give him a check.
Yeah, also shot Henry Sense, and then comes around and shoots Frank onto Tommaso. He also shot the Dorito player moving into the Dorito 2 early, so it's possible Fuzzy shot them all.
And there was Frank on X Factor's side, getting tapped out by Fuzzy Jackson. And there's the hero of that last point.
What am I doing?
So going right back out for the next one. No rest for Jackson.
Yeah, I want to say it's under 2 minutes left. Ironman down 3. Now we're in full send mode.
Since they are in the wild card round and they do have a 3-point spread, I'm interested to see if they do just send the starting line out or try to get some of those guys some rest.
Yeah, we talked to Billy. He said playing that Thursday 3-man, he was like, I felt like I played a Sunday. So that extra full day of paintball, X Factor going to be tested. They practice down there in South Texas, hot. So not strangers to the heat.
Yeah, nothing but Texans on that squad, except for Billy, and they're all used to the heat. So starting line again here for X Factor and Ironman tournament on the line. They're going to full send.
Yeah, they need 3, so they're looking at 25-second pace. They shoot, lose Zach Geiger, though. Lennon getting on to X Factor's side of the field.
Yeah, a couple bodies have come off here. Bayless is taking the walk. TJ Danner taking the walk here for X Factor, and there goes the big push down the Snake side. So with now 53 seconds, looks like Kyle might have got team killed. Lennon's going to go in and hit the buzzer. 48 seconds, 2-point spread.
Yeah, so
now they just have to do that 3 more times, Mike.
Oh, major penalty. Lennon had a hit on him, swing point. So that's it. Just threw the red flag up.
I don't think they got the memo yet because it said we do not stop fighting. I'm hearing being yelled from the Ironman pits. So it looked like Lennon was going to make this one interesting here, but it's going to be now a 4-point spread.
That's tough news to deliver to your team. Hey, guys.
Well, they took the point off, so they're probably going to review it.
Yeah.
Cover. Tommy, come on, let's go. Move me down. Yeah. Patrick, you want to get some? Lennon, let's go again. Fuck it. How many we got? Do we start down by? No, we had bodies a lot.
Doesn't matter. What? Under 60 seconds. Doesn't matter. Yep. Someone said it. Start with 4.
Hey, 4 guys, let's go.
Ironmen aware of the situation. They're going to be down 4 with 48 seconds left. But it looks like they still want that action, Maddie, which I love to see.
No quit.
No quit.
No quitting those guys.
Even if you're going to get eliminated from this tournament, fighting here as a unit,
Tommy, come on. Tommy, come on. Patrick.
You're putting something in the bank for the next tournament.
Well, the game may be over, but if they can roll a couple quick ones again, so they just got a quick one there. Sure, dirty hang, timeout being called. But if they get a couple quick ones, first Sunday appearance here for the Ironmen, it's kind of good for the future.
Definitely. You know, it's baby steps out here. You missed the first 2 Sundays, 2-2. Do just enough to move on. Have some tight games against good teams.
Well, the Ironmen 12th at the first one, 11th with a +1, going 2-2 in the prelims. So they've been close for the first 2 events. Now finally making a Sunday, but X Factor too much for him here in the wild card round.
Yeah. Not used to seeing X Factor in the wild card round. They had their own struggles in the prelims, but have also looked masterful at times, individually and as a collective.
Yeah, they had no problems at the last one in the prelims, went undefeated, taking down Fit, Diesel, Infamous, and Energy Elite. A couple big scores up there too, but then they got smoked by Fit in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
The Mercy Rule loss.
Yep.
Taken 6th, and then a 10th place at the first event.
And they're not a team that is at all content with making Sunday. They are here for championship belts, for trophies and checks.
Yeah, again, half a dozen second places for in the past 5 years. They don't have to do much in this one here. There's barely any time left. They have a massive lead, and looking like they're going to be punching their ticket for a rematch against PB Fit. So another quarterfinal battle, Texas powerhouse squads. And that's always an interesting one for the story because X Factor is the best team ever to come out of Texas. Some people like to throw Houston Heat in there as an argument, but every time I bring that up, just because I know what they're going to say to the X Factor guys, always quote Colt Roberts. He's like, show me one true Texan on that squad.
Yeah.
So they are the most legendary team to come out of the great state of Texas. But PB Fit, a young squad, going to give them a run for that title.
Definitely. Especially when you consider how young those PP Fit guys are.
But Fit's going to have to do it for a while.
Yeah. And I wonder,
because X Factor's been around since the mid-2000s.
And, you know, they have good support on Paintball Fit, but, you know, a lot of those guys are going to get big offers year after year now. People are going to be trying to rip them apart to improve their teams, but also to break that.
They've been trying to rip them apart.
Yeah.
It just hasn't worked yet.
Yeah.
But the more that they win, at the end of the season, see how dedicated those guys really are.
Yeah.
How bad they need the money.
Family, integrated team. They all live close to their field. They practice all the time together. Seem to really care and like each other, too. That's important. Go through a lot with your teammates. You travel. You have difficulties. You let each other down. You build each other up. It doesn't work if you resent the people you're with.
Indeed. So we've got the clock stopped here as we're on a review.
Yeah, the dirty hang by Lennon, making sure we get it right. You might say, oh, wow, this game's over. Who cares? Trozen cares. He wants to get it right. That man has a job to do. He cares.
Takes it very seriously.
Catching ear beatings all weekend from various coaches and players. Scowling, never phased.
It's a tough job, man. I would not want to do that job.
He has all the rules at his fingertips, too. Every once in a while I have a question for him. I'm like, hey.
I'm getting some insight from the booth that Jason is a bit skeptical here about this call.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about the hit on Lennon's hopper either. He definitely had paint on it, but I wasn't sure it was hit-sized or hit-shaped.
Well, he was going through the middle. Might have caught a little rub off one of the bricks.
Yeah.
Definitely possible. Very probable. Well, let's get a look at a potential replay here on Lennon. So, Lennon going up the middle here. Yeah, so he's at the wedge, and there's a ton of paint on it. He's staying tight as he possibly can. He's going to bring that loader across and swipe it on that paint. And that may have been where the mark originated from.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Would make sense.
Because a bunch of bodies had already died. It's tough to tell from this angle how many bodies were alive, and I can't remember. But it was down to just a few, maybe one at that point in time.
Yeah, sorry, Maddie,
It's still going to, if this does go the Ironman's way, you're going to hear their pit explode in cheers, and then they're going to be pumped up momentum. But it still is going to be a big uphill climb for them, needing 2 in about 48 seconds. Show of sportsmanship, camaraderie. Dixon Yang, coach for X Factor, giving a little hug to his former competitor. Those guys went to war years ago. That's what's so great about this game. Back in the day, nothing but antagonism. But X Factor made us respect them when they came into the league. I remember thinking, who are these chirpy, cocky, confident Texan boys overshooting everybody? But they were good right out the gate, so they earned the respect the hard way.
Best kids in Texas. Looks like they gave the Ironman the point in the end, so it's going to be not impossible here. Not impossible. 48 seconds left. You need to score 2 24-second points.
Really difficult. Need to play clean. Sometimes very difficult. We've already seen this quite a bit here at this event, but guys get that adrenaline dump. They're running forward at full speed, catch one in their loader or pack, not feel it, and draw a minor sometimes in these situations. If it's a minor, the point will play. A major will stop it. So we're under 60 seconds. And it looks like they're going with Baldwin with some wheels, Lennon, Frank, Antetomaso, Tom Guest, and Pat Kraft Jr.
Yeah, looking at probably 4 guns up, maybe 1 runner. Definitely a lot of wide and up action. Kill off the break is huge. You can draw a penalty. That's even better.
Well, for X Factor, maybe fight fire with fire. Send that body to joust up the middle. Or go hardcore pocket heavy guns. They are going to send Matt Jackson to joust up the middle with Lennon.
kill one off the break.
They might be losing Archie, though. No, Archie gets bounced, so it's a 4-on-5 situation. Time ticking off the clock.
Gonna lose another, though, so it's just 3 bodies left alive. Trades.
Tom Guest, yeah, he's alive, though, Mike, on their side.
Yeah, it's just Guest and Frank. Under 30 seconds now, it's just Frank onto Tommaso in a 1-on-2. Really tough situation.
Their head check in the middle here, X Factor. Just making sure there's no extra body trailing through the middle here in these closing moments.
Yeah, it's just going to be too late now for Frank. 15 seconds left. He shoots meter.
Yeah, still,
Billy and Archie still alive.
Yeah, still 2 bodies for him to work with, and he's going to get taken out. So that's officially going to do it here as we're getting down to the end of the 15 minutes. So X Factor going to be moving on again to rematch against PB Fit.
Nice.
As PB Fit demolished X Factor in the quarterfinals out in Atlantic City, but X Factor did beat PB Fit 5-2 in the prelims in Atlantic City.
Historically, X Factor, best kids in Texas. Right now, that's under dispute. Challenged by Paintball Fit. Can't wait for that one, Maddie.
So stage is set in the quarterfinals here after the wild card round has concluded, but next up is going to be Impact and Legion, and also Dynasty and Houston Heat here at the 2025 NXL Midwest Open. We'll be right back.
Winning 3 in a row is absolutely insane. So few teams have done it. I believe we're the 3rd pro team to have ever won 3 straight events.
I think the other teams hope that they can put as much work and time into it as we do. I wish them good luck in those situations, but I feel like we're going to be able to work harder than anybody else in the league. And as we've shown, we're going to continue to win tournaments.
Now with back-to-back wins, I feel like that's a stepping stone that we reached, and the goal is to keep winning. Try to win as many as possible, win a series. That's the next steps, and it's always trying to get better, trying to progress as owners, players, teammates, brothers, friends, everything we can. Just keep progressing in life, and that's the goal.
Yeah, next step is 3 in a row this season, 4 in a row altogether, and then we'll keep going from there. Next up is Ohio. So NXL Ohio, we're coming for you.
No tape! Ricky the Boston, no tape! No tape!
4-on-4 situation. Harris with that forward penetration in the middle. Now Stephen O'Mara coming forward. Now Stephen's going to get him clean. Nicely done.
O'Mara going headhutting on Harris Hussein, and he stays alive doing it. So great move by Stephen O'Mara.
Now he's going to come up here and shoot the can in the back right now. I'm not sure how the can's not dead, but big move right now. O'Mara got shot in the pack.
Yeah, he did kill Acevedo before that happened, and Arsenal going to clean up that last player off the Doritos side.
Hey, I heard him shooting his gun, so I blocked him out, evading him to come get me. Way to kill him on his move. Yeah. Who shot you, Elliot? Bang, bang. Bang. 287. Back center. Oh, wait, no, there's still another one. 200, 200, 200. Benny, me and you made the same mistake. We did not connect midpoint. I'm covering off the middle. Next.
Yes, 2-on-4 situation. NYX. Oh, that's a major. He's going to shoot him. That's a major.
Upgrade coming through, and it's going to call. They're going to call it a minor.
Yep. Hey, they got a penalty. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay
Taylor,
free. Stay free.
the snake.
I think we killed the snake with the penalty. 2 on the Dorito. It should be kill 3. Our Obama.
2-on-2.
Yeah, but this is just
too little, too late.
Voting very well for Arsenal. Who cares? You're up 4-0. You've already got 2 wins on the board.
Oh, JC
win out.
Harris.
Margin doesn't mean anything.
1-on-1.
Yeah, here comes JC. Goes right at him.
JC Whittington.
JC Whittington.
Oh, don't hurt yourself,
the legend,
JC.
47 years old.
47 years old, JC Whittington.
Still got it, baby. Get this man some oxygen.
Oh, man. You gonna let that old man do that to you? Oh, man. What is that? Is that nail? That's a goose egg. That's a goose egg. Way to be, JC. Grit, motherfuckers. Woo!
Tracks there.
Hey, that's the fucking grit, motherfucker. Hey, we almost gave them 3 points. Hey, but each one of us fucking stepped up when we fucking needed to. Hey, what happened in the beginning? What happened? We forgot the fucking process. Me, Benny, both forgot the process. We tried to be like, yeah, we could fill out real quick. Be alive. Be the fuck alive. All right, that's the difference maker. When we are alive. Yeah. Hey, me and Benny both made quick moves. Shouldn't have happened. Hey, we're 120 grit.
Yeah, sure.
120 grit for the next one.
We got more.
Okay?
We got more.
Hey, everybody step the fuck up. Everybody's here. Everybody's ready to fucking roll. Come on. Hey.
Closet! Kill the closet! Kill the closet! We gotta be alive. Hey! Diesel, America off the break. Hold the zone. Delta money inside. Diesel! Diesel!
Game time finished. Game stop.
Hey, all good. A little frustrating because we should have dominated, but hey, a win's a win. Kyle! Kyle! I'm down to my last. I'm down to my last.
Yeah, I got you. Here, put it in. Good luck.
Who's across? It's closet home on me. Hey, I can go through the middle and get the closet. You got to be careful of the Delta guy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Okay, hey, you know Clint's in the air. Hey, fire, fire. No, Arizona. Yeah, go to the closet at least right now. Cobra money. I'm going.
They got the Tiger King Kuzma. It's the one on the snake side here. Diesel also getting into the 50 snake.
So Kuzman's going to run to his death, though. Tried to bunker him out, not able to get him.
Yeah,
not even a trade.
Yeah, he didn't know that Mouse was there. Mouse just shoots two more. Shoots him on his first engagement. And lived? Oh my goodness. Dies in the end, but I think that was a 4-pack for Mouse.
I need my gun. 40 seconds. I'm on it. Missouri. Kill 4. Hey, 60 seconds. Kill 4. Come on. Fucking go. Way to be. Be confident in your comms. Hey, check the power play. Hey, Dorito 2's gonna go. I'm on it. Hey, Ricky.
Yeah, I think
Ricky,
Diesel's
kill
going to be
3.
pretty content. Undefeated on day 1.
Yeah.
Looking
Hey,
real good.
stay
Yeah,
fired.
they're in the driver's seat. They came into this with a chip on their shoulder.
And if you beat Legion by 4, you're a favorite to win this tournament.
An
Magic.
awesome job sprinting
Yes.
downfield to put
Come
one more
on.
on the board.
Let's fucking go. Let's go. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Get it on me. Diesel.
Here we go. Dinner on you, motherfucker.
I got it.
Hey, it's BRNT with CRBN, and I have our new IC PWR Nano Barrel System here. This kit includes our famous ultra lightweight injected carbon fiber back with our new nano tip, which features over 700 microports. This microporting prevents any debris, paint, or moisture from entering the bore and also produces a unique low sound signature. These barrel kits are compatible with all PWR inserts, including our own series from 679 to 691.
We are in the quarterfinals here, most important day of the tournament, 2025 NXL Midwest Open. I'm Matty Marsh alongside Mike Jeffrey. It's going to be Edmonton Impact taking on Red Legion, and also Dynasty taking on Houston Heat. So some legendary names in this set. Mike, Impact, Legion, who do you got?
I got Impact largely because I believe the field favors them. I think they have the best communication out here. It's a clash of styles. Red Legion likes to push the pace. Impact likes to slow it. Slower field. Advantage Impact in my book.
I think I agree with you. I think that not having Sergei Sonaiskov here is hurting Legion. They're not shooting as many bodies on the break, and that's been a big part of their success. Series championships, or a series championship handled easily for them last year, even though Fitz stole the thunder on the story at the end of the year winning World Cup. But, man, Legion was on fire. But no Sergei here. Now, Kuzman's done a good job, but they play a different position. And so not having that big gun in the backfield on closes and off the break, I think, is hurting them a little bit. But we will see. But, yeah, the communication is 10 to 10 for Edmonton Impact. They're playing a really slow brand of paintball, but it is so effective for them.
Yeah. Kuzman drawing the start here is the one I actually liked when Red Legion went to Barytnikov in that spot, but
well, if they start chasing, look for that package again on the Snake side. Well, it'll be Malloy and J-Rab, which is how they won the series championship. On the breakout right now, both teams 5 alive, 5-on-5 break. Looks like first buy drop's going to be for Impact out of that back center, so don't see Tyler die early much, but it's Tyler Harmon taking the walk. Now a one-body advantage from the blue side here. Red Legion gets Kirill Pridney. Kirill Pridney was a master up the middle for him in the prelims.
He's got Nick Laval in the brick for Impact. Justin Cornell does get into the Snake for Impact, so they lose Tyler Harmon, who's been so important for them. He's been alive late in points, involved in the comms, and closes basically every time.
Kuzman coming out of the Snake, though, so squandering this high body situation. It's going to be 4-on-4. J-Rab forced to scurry out to have an offensive threat on that side. Looks like he makes it clean.
Yeah, and I wonder how long of a leash Kuzman has out here on Sunday. Hasn't played a ton for them historically, typically coming in garbage time. Here goes Nick Laval through the middle. Bunkers Carell clean, stays alive. J-Rab doesn't know he's there. Oh, somehow picks him up and takes him out. So 3 on 3.
J-Rab able to get the read there.
These teams trading blows, Maddie. It's Beridnikov.
I think there's just one body left, or I think it's just a 2 on 3 right now.
Yeah, that seems right. I didn't see when Karslev died, but he's walking off. Ooh, J-Rab gets taken out, so now 3 on 1 advantage Impact.
Justin Cornell with the tactical retreat, talking it up crossfield to make sure they have the count right. As Brandon Cornell popping the top side. Malloy is going to dip out, get to the back corner bunker to try to make this one interesting for Legion.
What I love about Impact is no one ever goes chasing kills foolishly. They don't get excited when they shoot somebody. They connect and figure out where the bodies are and then move up as a unit. It's not about 3 packs, 4 packs, whatever. It's about choking the team out as a group.
Well, once Brandon Cornell got the read on it, quickly moved all the way up into D3, realizing his side's completely blown open, and it's just Malloy. Malloy loves to transition bunker to bunker in these situations to get the count harder to fix, but it does look like he gets clipped out as he tried to get into Snake 1, so that is going to do it here for point number 1. And Everton Impact going to go on the board and take a slight lead.
Yeah, absorbing the loss of Tyler Harmon in the first 15 seconds, either on a gun battle or a bounce shot. Able to get the kill on Kuzman out of the Snake, even it up. Then nice move by Nick Laval through the middle. Justin Cornell omnipresent in the Snake 3. Playing great out here,
yeah,
JC.
Mike, the kill on Kuzman was huge to even things up.
30 seconds.
And then the big move from Laval. So absorbed the low body situation, evened up the count. Laval with the big move to start the offense, and that was the difference maker. So now San Diego Dynasty taking on Houston Heat.
Yeah, it's basically been the vets for Heat all weekend long. Chad George, Sam Monville, Mishka, Ryan Moorhead, and Ronnie Dizon, Arturo Andrade.
Mike,
the start for Dynasty.
Can't wait to see the battle between Yosh Rao and Monville up the middle. Blake's been up there a decent amount too, but Yosh getting the lion's share of the spins. They're going to shoot Monville off the break, so 5-on-4 situation in favor of Dynasty.
Yeah, Mike Bianca, one of the best scouting coaches in paintball, knows that Monville likes to be up there. Dynasty, also one of the best shooting teams off the break historically. Take Monville off the field. Yosh coming on to Heat's brick. I'm not sure that Ronnie Dizon saw him make that move.
Yeah, Dizon looked like he was on the gap, but Yosh right through it. So Yosh, the thorn in Houston Heat side. Houston Heat's going to try to get outside wide. Looks like Yosh trying to set a trap as he comes back to his brick. Chad George dips into the Snake. He's in Snake 2. Moorhead thinking about getting in with him, but bad death for Harrison Fry. Going to even up the count. It's 4-on-4.
Yeah, I think he just lost a heads-up gunfight with Ryan Moorhead there. Perhaps Chad George, Arturo Andrade now getting into the Snake for Dynasty. 4-on-4 situation. Positional advantage Dynasty with that center presence and Snake presence. But look for Houston Heat to make some secondaries before too long. Ryan Moorhead, always a proactive player.
And Greenspan going to get into the Snake with Andrade.
Now crawling into that Snake 2, getting close. Greenspan, elite at hunting hoppers, elite at everything you can do on a paintball field.
Yeah, so it's 4-on-4, but it's a little bit more of a crossfield spread with Dizon at the Aztec towards the D side here for Heat. Dynasty has another body in the Snake, though, as Dynasty has not let Moorhead get out yet.
Yeah, Blake Yarber keeping Chad George in check for now. Yosh looking like he wants to make some kind of move. Ryan Moorhead sneaking out into the Snake 1 behind Chad George.
Yeah, patient on reading the gunfight and getting in there safe to help out Chad.
Chad George now in the Snake 3. Ryan Moorhead in the Snake 2. So both teams mirrored in terms of Snake positioning. Both teams with 4 bodies. No one out to the Dorito side for Dynasty, but they have Yosh Rao in the center who can attempt to prevent Chad George from going forward.
Greenspan with an uncharacteristic death over the top of his spot. That's going to put Dynasty in a little bit of a tough position. Down a body here in point number 1. Looking over the shoulders here, Houston Heat. Mishka tucked into that back center, and Ronnie Dizon tucked into that Aztec on the D side. Got a double stack of bodies in the snake. Let's see if they can get through Yosh Rao's gun, though.
First points, always so critical.
Ooh, I think Arturo Andrade with a nice shot on Mishka Kesnev in that back center, and that's going to even up the count. Great gunfight win for Arturo.
Andrade has made a reputation for himself as a great gun battler, especially from his knees. Now or is that Ryan Moorhead getting into the wedge?
The leapfrog move. So Ryan goes past him, and I don't think they know he's there. Oh, and Arturo gets his loader scalp, so it's been a back-and-forth seesaw battle here in point number 1. And Blake Yarber with the big fill across, makes it clean to try to stop the bleeding on this D side.
Yeah, 2-on-3 advantage Heat. Yosh Rao has to live behind his gun in that brick. But Yarber gets the drop.
Yeah, Yarber's going to get the drop, and he stays alive, and he trades out. Are we going to see a penalty assessed? It looks like...
Chad lived.
Yeah, so Chad lived through it, and then Ronnie shoots Yosh, so the first point is going to go to Houston Heat.
Wow.
For a second, it looked like Blake Yarber traded with both. He shot Moorhead clean for sure, but then Chad had his wits about him, was able to get the drop in on Blake. No penalty assessed. He did not put a ball on Chad.
Yeah, so big in that high body moment for Heat there late in that point to make sure that Blake can't even it up. Here's Arturo's shot on Mishka. Oof. Filthy, as always. Mishka. Can't believe that one zipped in on Yarber with a great read here. Gets Ryan clean, but then comes around big. Chad switching at just the right time and connects and protects himself. That's the key part there, protecting himself as Blake Yarber tries to put the pain in on him. Now Impact with a 1-0 lead on Red Legion. Red Legion sending Kirill Pridney up the middle, but they're going to lose Vasquez.
Yeah, and a penalty here, Mike. I'm telling you, the loss of Sergey is huge. They don't shoot anybody on the break. Again, they did shoot Tyler in the first one. That was a gunfight win, it looked like. And they're going to force a quick concession here. So they're going to concede the point immediately. And Impact going to go up 2.
Yeah,
Legion concerned about the time.
Vasquez pulling the pack around. Doesn't like the call. Must have gotten shot on his way out. The ref throws the minor.
Well, Mike, you asked earlier, how long of a leash is Kuzmin going to have with that early death in a high-body situation in point number 1? Apparently not very long. They put Vasquez out there, and then he gets a minor. So now, okay, are you going to put Stanton in, maybe Johnson?
Well, it's interesting because Vasquez was playing Karslev's spot at the one on the Dorito side. Kuzmin also coming down. I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them. Yeah, someone's got to go out there.
Smotrov, maybe?
I'd go with Smotrov. Just with experience on Sunday.
But I wouldn't put Smotrov at the Aztec, though. Smotrov's more an attacker, so maybe...
Yeah, he could play he played the one on the snake side yesterday.
Could put him on the one on the snake side, maybe put J-Rab over there. It's just...
Yeah.
It's tough. They've had that same... they had a starting 5 for so long. Everyone got locked in those positions. They didn't deviate from much of it at all.
Now, quick turnaround for Heat in Dynasty. Dynasty rolling with the same line, as is Heat. 5-on-5 breakout. Oh, never mind. Ronnie Dizon dies out of his bunker. The Dorito inserts are early advance for Dynasty. Yosh Rao filtering into the middle.
Well, they didn't get much of a break after a decently long point. This is 11 minutes left to go. Yosh is back onto Houston Heat side.
Yeah, just perfect understanding. Knows that Ronnie Dizon comes off, knows that there's no eyes up that alley. So he sneaks into Heat's brick, and he's just keyed up for a filler out to that Dorito side.
Chad George going to get into the snake, though, and he makes it clean through the gap. Moorhead going to try to get out to the can, and he makes it clean.
Yeah, and it's big for Dynasty to pick that up, because if Chad takes another bump and gets a little creative, he might be able to shoot Yosh in the pack. It's so important to get Blake that, or get Yosh that intel once he's on to Heat side of the field.
Yeah, so with Rao all the way up on their side and a one-body advantage down a point, have to capitalize. Never know when a real long point is going to go down and decrease the amount of points played. So every point super crucial out here.
Houston Heat, no one out wide, Dorito side, but they do have Chad George in the snake. Harrison Fry, though, getting out to the Dorito corner. He's done, I think, the best job of anybody in terms of getting wide and forward on the Dorito side at the right times.
Harrison Fry out into D1. He's going to go right into D2.
Oh, he just shot Sam Monville in transition from the mini brick. Awesome job, Harrison Fry. 5-on-3 advantage dynasty.
Drill's been working out here for Fry as gets a crucial kill. That takes the body out that could go and bunker out Rouse. So Rouse going to have a little bit more of a comfortable life up here on Houston Heat side. Does have to worry now about Chad George, but he's tucked in nicely on the opposite side where Chad can't see him.
Yeah, Chad shoots Blake Yarber in. Houston Heat often likes to attack from being on their heels. Yosh now playing the outside of his bunker. Didn't get the intel that Monville was dead, but is able to shoot Mishka, I think. No? But Ryan Moorhead dies.
Yeah, Moorhead dies on that. Got called on a barrel hit. Mishka's going to die to the back center. At least just Chad George. So Dynasty looking pretty good. Try to clean this one up.
Yeah,
Another great performance from Yosh Rao and Harrison Fry.
Yeah, I don't think Yosh shot Mishka, but what he did is make Mishka shoot at him, and that allowed Arturo Andrade to get on the wrap and shoot Mishka.
Chad George does shoot out Blake Yarber, though.
3-on-1. It's Fry, Greenspan, and Andrade against George.
Chad's going to crawl up. Harrison does not know where he is.
He heard the gun. Oh, Chad saw the shadow. Oh,
Harrison's
nice job.
Harrison Fry nicely executed. Everyone playing the shadows out here as it's still early in the morning, so going to be a tie game.
Harrison Fry, nice job there, getting out wide. Nice job, Yosh Rao, killing Ronnie Dizon early, applying that spear pressure up the middle. Fry getting wide, shooting Monville in transition, and putting the finishing touches on Chad George. Dynasty always a full team effort.
Yeah, the good thing about that is that they played very closely on the pace of the action off the move from Rao. So as soon as they see Yosh go, they're looking for hoppers, they're looking to improve their position, looking to get those crucial kills. And sure, Yosh doesn't shoot Mishka, but Moorhead died while that move was happening, and then Mishka dies shortly thereafter. And then here was that close for Harrison Fry. As you see those long shadows, that's definitely a big part of the tactics out here. Got to be reading the shadows. And Harrison Fry going to get the best of Chad George, who was in a tough spot in a 1-on-3.
Dizon taking immediate accountability. I overextended.
In, deep breath. Come on. Out. All right. Let's talk. Bird, on bird. What do we want to do?
To get that oxygen in the system.
Yeah, and calm everybody down, to get everyone on the same wavelength, Maddie. Impact up 2-0 against Red Legion. That's typically been a commanding lead for them, going with a different line.
But now Vasquez getting shot out of that spot again, man.
Yeah.
They've got to find someone to step up for Sergey. You know, I mean, no Sergey. So Kuzma gets shot early. Vasquez gets a penalty. They go with Vasquez again. He loses a gunfight. And it's just putting Legion in a tough spot here. They're down by 2. They got a lot of time to work with. This game is far from over, potentially. But
Impact, though, the hardest team to break, I think, when they get locked up, especially on a field like this. And then to give them the early body advantage, it's a really tough ask. Red Legion, of course, can hang with anybody, especially these 4 remaining players. Kirill Pridny, Karslev, Justin Rabikov. Alexander Barytnikov is playing the 1 on the Snake side now. For Impact, it's the other line. Zach Yakimek, Dalton Vanderbilt, Rainey Stanzek, Mikey Urena,
and
Nick Laval.
And Karslev going to be taking the walk. Looking really good here for Impact. They do lose Mikey Urena in a 5-on-3. But then Justin Rabikov might have caught one over the top of that bunker. Ref saw the same thing that I did. J-Rab tucks in and he's going to call himself out. So just 2 options here for Red Legion.
Yeah, Barytnikov going to have to go through Nick Laval. Ryan Gray, Coach Max for Red Legion, wisely going to concede 3-0 Impact.
Kirill, see, here's the concession. He immediately head checks back to see how many bodies they had left alive. Kirill, you were in a 4-on-2 or 2-on-4. It wasn't looking good for you.
Yeah, up forward in those center spots. He's not seeing those bodies come off behind you. You're not allowed to yell hit anymore. Dead players can't say anything, so Kirill probably not getting the comms there.
Yeah, and you're playing Impact, right?
Yep.
So if you're in a 2-on-4 against Impact, they're not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Up 2, not going to happen. I like that concession.
Keep the guns going, though. Mikey, you got to keep the guns going. Mikey Tyler! Because they're going to run into it, guys. Hey, which way is Godzilla looking, Blue? He was looking red.
Seeing a hang glider over the field.
Thought he was coming our way for a second.
Yeah. Would you try to shoot that guy, Maddie, if you saw him up there?
I would not. Not maybe when I was 20. Not right now.
5-on-5 tie game. Oh, but Arturo Andrade going to get shot, as is Ryan Moorhead, as is Yosh Rao. So 4-on-3, make it a 4-on-2. Advantage Houston Heat. Bloodbath, not off the break. These are all first engagement deaths, Maddie.
Yeah, great job by Houston Heat here, stepping up in this tie game. And I can hear kill 3, so they've got it figured out. Monville is going to move up into the brick. Greenspan going to try to get into the snake. Makes it clean. And then Harrison Fry's going to get clipped trying to load.
Yeah, shot top of his hopper, so it's just Greenspan in a 1-on-4. Dynasty is discussing the concession here.
I mean, it's the GOAT, but it's 1-on-4. Yeah, you got to concede it.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to need Ryan, so you might as well save him a little bit of energy here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just such a low-odd situation, and with points at a premium out here, not having a lot of opportunities in a deficit, you know, you never know when that 8-minute point is going to come with only 7 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. Got to play with the odds.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. When you're conceding on this layout is, I think, much different equation than on a standard layout.
Absolutely.
You have to be a little bit quicker on the buzzer in these situations. We're seeing it out of, with Dynasty, I get that's a 1-on-4, but we're seeing that out of Legion. Even Legion is concerned about timeout here.
Yeah. You don't usually see them concede anything. Okay, so Smotrov is getting the spin now. So it's going to be Smotrov, Bridnikov, Pridny, Rabakov, and Karslev. Smotrov is going to play the...
So this is a look at what would have been their starting lineup if they had J-Rab 3 years ago.
Smotrov playing out of the back center. They do kill Rainey Stanzik out of the back center. That's a big kill with still plenty of time in this match. Mikey Urena is in the snake too for impact. So is Alexander Bridnikov.
But Mike, it's just going to be tough. They have to ramp up the aggression and the pace of these points. It's just very difficult on this layout. They are going to get a kill on Urena, so that's a couple of early deaths from Mikey. He's going to have to tighten it up. Kirill gets shot on the jump shot from the wall. Beautiful job by Nick.
That's Zach Yakimek.
Zach Yakimek. Nice job by Zach.
Brandon Cornell dies, though, so now it is a 4-on-2 advantage. Red Legion trying to crawl back into this match. Going to need it here. Oh, ref coming in to check Smotrov. But Tyler Harmon dying, so does Zach Yakimek. So Red Legion, with 10 minutes on the clock, going to put one on the board.
Signs of life from Legion.
And they'll roll with this lineup now, I bet.
I think you have to,
You
right?
have to. First point, Smotrov hasn't been in the U.S. for a while, had some visa issues coming from Russia.
Well, he's the only guy that didn't die.
Only guy that didn't die, exactly.
Yeah, so they went with Kuzmin, the Tiger King. He dies early. They go with Vasquez twice, 2 really bad deaths, a penalty and a death in a gunfight. Then they spin Smotrov. Totally fine, lives the whole point. They win it. Got to run Smotrov again.
Yeah. Just to clarify for the fans at home, too, when we say bad death, we don't mean getting shot off the break. It's losing a gunfight in a meaningless situation, throwing your body away in high body situations, and catching penalties. That's usually what we mean by a bad death.
Got a text message from Kevin Filler, said that the guy in the paraglider is Aaron Bennington from Sup Air. Thought he was going to make a dynamic entrance on our field.
Yeah, that would be insane. That was Karslev on the wrap, shooting Zach Yakimek out of the brick and then stopping to communicate it. That emphasizing hand gesture there. I love that. Now we got Dizon, Mishka, same starting 5 for Houston Heat. 1-point lead on Dynasty. Heat hungry for it, rolling all starters.
On the breakout, Dynasty going to risk a body out wide D side and makes it clean. Here comes Ryan Moorhead early into the snake.
Yeah, he pulled the slingshot from the back center, ran around Chad George. I'm sure it was a design play. Nicely done, getting in there alive.
I like this. After a couple plays of sending Yosh up early, he goes to the door and then does a little lateral movement across to the mini wall.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to hope that Monville would try to match him. But Monville also going to be at the door.
Oh, Ryan Greenspan sliding into the South Electronics can with, I believe, Danny Schonauer. Yosh now just going to keep Ryan Moorhead in check. Ryan Moorhead unable to make that move forward with Yosh on that gap. Also doesn't need to. Up 2-1 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. Harrison Fry quick into the Dorito 2, Maddie. I don't think there's any debate. Harrison Fry's playing the fastest pace on this Dorito side.
Yeah, and Dynasty with some options in that spot. Definitely need to keep rolling with Harrison.
Had some big moments against Damage, knocking them out of the tournament. It is Danny. He's into the Snake 3 for Dynasty. 5-on-5 situation.
Well, speaking of quickest into spots, in the prelims, Danny was, if not the quickest, one of the quickest to get into that Snake 3.
Moorhead worried about Harrison Fry hopping out down the wire. Now he comes inside to communicate with Ronnie Dizon cross field.
Danny might be doing a little surgery on his gun right now, though, Mike.
Sure looks like it.
As we pan across, seeing Moorhead in good position for Houston Heat with the lead to protect, 5:42 to go.
Yeah, really good communication there. He said, I cannot shoot the Charlie. They're on the bounce shot. So Dizon may be asking for a job from Ryan Moorhead, and he has to call it off.
Yeah, Ryan shooting down the sideline, trying to protect himself from the bounce shot off of the wedge.
Harrison Fry down low in that Dorito 2. He doesn't like sitting in that Aztec inside all day. He'd prefer to have eyes up the middle from the Dorito 2 position. He's been there more than anybody.
Chad George going to get into Snake 1 to help out Ryan Moorhead.
Moorhead looking back at the clock, announcing the time. That tells you something about the pace of this field. 5 minutes up 1. Houston Heat thinking, hey, we might be able to hold out the way we're set up here. They got Monville keeping Danny in check. They got Chad and Moorhead on the snake wire. They got Mishka keeping Danny and Ryan Greenspan in check. They got Ronnie Dizon on the cross to keep eyes on Harrison Fry. The field locked up. The only hole right now is through the middle.
And we'll see, Mike, if Dynasty can get a read on that.
Yarber looking like he wants to take it. He's going to filter out to that Dorito insert. That's going to allow him to put pressure on Dizon. I expect Blake Yarber to make a move up the middle before too long.
They still have a little bit of time to be patient. It does look like Danny got his gun back up and working again, so Dynasty.
Yeah, that's huge.
5 guns up in this 5-on-5 with 4:10 on the clock.
Yeah, Yosh over the top of the mini wall, recognizing now that Moorhead is in no hurry to come forward. So Yosh considering where they're going to find the offense. Dynasty historically so good at solving the puzzle, working together, working in pairs to break situations like this open. It's got to happen in the next 3:45. Yarber receiving no pressure, comes over the top of that mini brick. He's just trying to see if someone's setting a trap for him up the middle. The trap is not there. He has it if he wants it.
Blake thinking about it. He's getting a read on the situation, knows they need an offensive punch somewhere. Danny eventually going to have to commit to try to get to the wedge. Blake decides to go and team up with Harrison. Goes into D1. Blake now going to double up with Harrison.
He had an idea. I'm not sure exactly what it was. Blake, unorthodox. I have no doubt that he has a good idea. Now crawling forward on his belly into the Dorito 3.
Well, this is a slightly unconventional base. Most teams want to flood that body up the middle, but it can be a trap. I mean, Moorhead's looking that way. Chad George has been popping the top more down the sideline to try to stop the run through.
I think Monville's going to shoot Blake right here if he's not super careful. That beam blocking him out. Wow, this is one of the sneakiest moves we've seen all weekend, Maddie. No one knows he's here. He's crawling forward.
He's crawling forward, but Chad is on that sideline. So as soon as he comes around, he might be able to trade with Moorhead. Oh, I don't know. It looks like a trade. Chad George begging for it, not going to get it. He does take Monville out. Harrison pops a trap, try to get a kill off the Chaos. Not able to do it. 4-on-4 now.
Man, that was so creative by Blake Yarber. It's only a trade, but that's still big. It just makes it so there's just a little less pressure. It allows Danny to come cross field now. Because Sam Monville was drawn by the action over there. Danny going to die, though.
Oh, that's a tough death for Danny. Tough death for Danny in that situation. Gives Dynasty only 3 bodies to work with here to try to break into this cross.
Oh, Harrison Fry, full send into the Dorito 3, laying out there. Yosh Rao.
Monville going to come off that lane, though. So Monville was looking at the lane to keep Harrison out of the wedge. Actually switched at the perfect time to try to shoot Greenspan. Greenspan makes it through the gap. And that, with the switch of Monville, allows Harrison to just coast right in.
Harrison can't die here. Needs to stay alive. Dizon picked him up on the move. He definitely feels like he wants to shoot Chad George, but has to value his body.
Whoever wins this gunfight with Harrison and Chad George, it's massive. If it's Harrison, could be the big moment for Dynasty. Harrison jumps out to try to get the angle on Chad, not able to get it, but here comes Yosh Rao flooding up the middle.
No one's seen him, Matty.
Yeah, no one's seeing Yosh. He's going to try to drop the hammer on Monville, but he goes into the gun, so Monville's going to trade out with Yosh. Harrison pops the top, try to get a kill. 2-on-3 now.
Gotta have it moment. Only a minute left, Matty. This is the point. If you're Dynasty 2-on-3, it's got to be Greenspan and Harrison Fry.
Going to be tough to break this cross, though, Mike. Harrison's going to launch and trade out, turns it into a 1-on-2. Oh, let's see what the GOAT can do.
Wow,
and he
Ronnie
gets
Dizon.
Yeah, Ronnie Dizon and Mishka going to seal up the win here for Houston Heat against San Diego Dynasty. They don't need, look for the point to be conceded. It is. So with 53 seconds left, we're going to see Dynasty run into some guns, try to pull off some quick points here. But what a great hold play here from Houston Heat.
Yeah, really good job. Chad George on the overwatch on Blake Yarber is what saved their advantage there. They played it perfectly. Yarber had to do some serious surgery on his hopper. Crawling forward, we haven't seen anyone do this move all weekend long. Crawls into Heat's Snake Dorito, comes around, but Chad George on the overwatch protects it. Yosh Rao trades with Monville, but down bodies.
You know who played really well for Houston Heat? That one was Chad George.
Absolutely.
Without Chad George in that spot doing what he did, Dynasty might have won that point.
Yep, totally. And then just winning some big gun battles. Dynasty trading down there at the end doesn't work out for them.
Mike, you had brought up earlier about how important that second attacker position is on the Snake side. Impact going to be dropping a body early with Nick Laval taking the walk, but Kirill Pridney coming off as well, too. So it's going to be Leo Smotrop up the middle here in a 4-on-4.
Oh, make it a 4-on-3 as Dalton Vanderbilt takes the walk. So here's the opportunity for Red Legion to crawl back in. Alexander Barytnikov all the way in Snake 3, but so is Justin Cornell for Impact, and I do not think Red Legion knows he's there. Yeah, no one playing like they know the Snake is hot. Impact up 3, but down a body right here. Gotta have it moment. Oh, wow. JC shoots Karslev going into the Dorito 3. So that's a 3-on-3 situation now.
9 minutes to go, so Legion does have time to work with, but they're playing Impact.
That kill by JC just changed the dynamic. Getting in there undetected and making an even body situation. Now you're looking like you can take 5 minutes off the clock if you're smart about it. So engages J-Rab in the back center, does Justin Cornell. J-Rab now knows he's there, has Samotrov switch in that center brick. Alexander Barytnikov in the Snake. He's got Zach Yakimek keeping him in check from the back center. Yakimek looks like he might want to make a move to the mini wall. He's on the wrap from the back center. No, he's going to go out to the South Electronics can. Oh, JC dies, though, from Smotrov.
Yeah, so after getting a nice kill, getting clipped out of his spot, and that is a big one here for Legion.
Yeah, 3-on-2 advantage now, massive. So Smotrov is not coming out of the game now. They found their starting 5 in this match. Still need 2 more points, 8 minutes on the clock.
And why that kill is big here is because that's going to force Zach to move up the field to try to take over the position on this side. And then J-Rab is going to be able to filter out as Zach makes his move. J-Rab playing against his former squad here.
And now Barytnikov had no pressure either, so he was able to move into the Impact. Oh, nicely done. That was Barytnikov and J-Rab applying double pressure from each side of the field, so it's just Rainey Stanzak. J-Rab knows it. Here comes Barytnikov. They're going to trade. Red Legion going to cut the lead to 1 with 7:30 on the clock. Red Legion hanging tough here, down 3 points to start, right back in it.
Just getting better execution.
And finding their lineup, Smotrov.
Yeah.
They pull Smotrov off the bench and then win 2 points.
It's tough to score points when you get guys dying in high body situations, guys getting penalty, and guys losing gunfights early. That's what happened in the first 3 points. That's how Impact was able to stack up those 3. As soon as they put Smotrov in, who's here currently on your screen, things started to change.
Yeah, they're winning breakouts and surviving breakouts now. For the most part, Krill died that one.
And you're seeing replays here of JC getting the kill, but then getting shot. He's playing a little bit too big over the top of that spot with a massive lead. And then those the double pressure of J-Rab able to dip out to the D side while Zach Yakimek had to take over for Justin Cornell. And now we're in the pits with Red Legion.
And we're about to see a full send from San Diego Dynasty, down 2 with under a minute left here, Maddie. Need 2, 1 doesn't help you, so it is all out.
A lot needs to go your way, but here comes The full send, they take all the forward positions and pause there to see if they can trap Houston Heat, maybe get a quick kill. They don't. They're not able to get a kill, but then Harrison launches to the 50-yard line.
They do kill Monville. Harrison gets
a minor penalty going to be assessed here on Harrison Fry. That's going to pull out Joe Barrett. Arturo Andrade gets diced up. So does Blake Yarber, and that leaves just Ryan Greenspan as the dust settles from the chaos with 25 seconds left, needing 2 to tie. Head checks the clock. And
too late, Matty.
Yeah, it's too late. They needed that one to have any chance at all, and they need it in about 25 seconds. And so it's just going to be Ryan Greenspan with not much he can do, looking at 3 guns. He's going to give it an attempt. That's all he could do at that point in time. So Houston Heat takes down the Dragon here and moves on to play the winner of the Tauntauns and Aftershock match. Houston Heat, picking up some new bodies to bulk out their roster, but it's been nothing but those legends with San Monville up the middle. Didn't really risk him much at all, playing a little bit more conservative here against San Diego Dynasty and able to contain the attack of Dynasty. And then Chad George and Ryan Moorhead on that D side, then Mishka and Ronnie D's on. So nothing but the OG vets here from Houston Heat taking them on into that semifinal match.
They have a brilliant high-tech coaching staff with Ryan Smith and Pat McKenna keeping all the stats at their fingertips.
And what a great recovery from them. 5th place at the first event, but a 13th at the last one in Atlantic City, not making Sunday for the first time in a long time.
I've been giving them a hard time, saying I'm not sure this is like the old Houston Heat beating San Diego Dynasty, trying to prove me and everyone else who doubted them wrong.
So now just a little 1-point lead here for Impact after stacking up 3 in a row, and it looks like an aggressive play call. Burtnikoff all the way to Snake 3 off the break. Leo Smotroff is going to take ground in the middle, and they're going to get J-Rab out behind him. Smotroff looked like the second he wanted to wrap around and go run down Nick Laval, but going to post up at that 40-yard line brick for a second at least.
Matty, Alexander Burtnikoff went running and shooting all the way to the Snake 3 off the break, so Impact, the gun's not there. Burtnikoff keeping paint downfield and taking a big spot. However, Justin Cornell is in the Snake for Impact, 5 alive. Harmon fills out. He died early in a couple of those early points, but living here. Nick Laval in the center.
Yeah, good spread here for Impact, though, with Laval and Cornell, and now Tyler Harmon getting into the Snake. Double stack of bodies in the middle as Kirill Pridney has moved up. Malloy goes across to the 50-yard line, and he makes it clean.
Oh, wow. Comes right through. No hesitation. Puts Rainey in and immediately eats Nick Laval. Burtnikoff is on one now, Matty.
Shea Rab's going to join Malloy here on the attack. They're still looking at 4 guns, but they're also playing like they need this one in a minute and a half.
Well, it's also about dictating the pace. They want to play this Red Legion pace. So Burtnikoff running and shooting the Snake off the break, making a gun-up move. Now not satisfied there. He takes the next bite. He's going to shoot Brandon Cornell in the pack here. Nicely done by Burtnikoff. Wraps on the back center. Now wrapping on the Snake 1, breaking a little paint, however.
More Red Legion-esque here and the pace of play and the execution. Smotroff going to cut through the middle, continuing to play well. Ooh. His 3rd point out there.
Thought he was going to get caught by Tyler Harmon.
He did get caught.
But Tyler Harmon dies.
Yeah, Legion has done enough. Just J-Rod was able to pinch out Justin Cornell. So tie ball game right now.
Yeah, if you let Alexander Burtnikoff run to Snake 3 with his gun up off the break and then come off him, you're going to have a really bad time. I said at the start of this match, I really like that look. Burtnikoff is the one that gave Kuzmin 1 opportunity. Go right to that, and it's looking good for him. Erasing a 3-point deficit.
Well, they gave Vasquez 2 opportunities, and he got a penalty in the first one, and then lost his very first gunfight in the next one. But Smotroff's played excellent for him so far.
Yeah, they're having Karslev as the one on the Dorito side. Smotrov more playing up the middle with Kirill. And here's Burtnikoff shooting Nick Laval in transition. Laval, no chance there.
Yeah, and it came down to just 2 bodies on that Snake side here for Impact. JC and taken out by Rabikoff. All she wrote in that one. Tie game.
Impact with a 3-0 lead. You know they would have just like to take time off the clock, but been unable to do it. Red Legion now dictating the tempo.
Coach Alex giving the guys insight on what we're doing next. there haven't really been too many middle battles here on Sunday so far.
Yeah, you're right, Maddie.
Not like yesterday afternoon.
We saw Pat Kraft try to come through the middle on X Factor and get domed up by Matt Jackson.
Well, it was interesting with Heat because though Monville not scared at all and rolling dice up there constantly kind of conceded the middle to Yosh. It wasn't Yosh's fault as it was more deaths around him, but it's just interesting that it's Sunday. I get a little bit more conservative play calls.
Yeah. The risk-reward of running through that alleyway in the middle of the field and coming to that wedge, particularly when teams have been making snake off the break pretty consistently. If they're in the snake 3 in the first 15 seconds, that guy just gets eaten without shooting anybody. So timeout here, catch the breath. It's already quite hot and humid out here. You can feel the difference today from yesterday, Maddie.
1 minute.
Tight game, plenty of time. This is a big dog fight out here.
Now in the pit here with Impact.
Right, Dalton? Or right, Zach? Great, Utah.
Remember the bounce shot, Zach, into the back center.
Yeah.
Big moment for Impact right now. 3rd place at the first event, 8th at the last one. And guess who it was they lost to? Legion. Now, different situation for Impact in that one because it was a mercy rule win. That is not going to happen here.
Yeah.
As it's locked at 3, but they'd like to get one back on Legion on the year.
Yeah, trying to get that red monkey off their back in this one. Impact, not at all flustered. They blew a 3-point lead. No one's looking downtrodden or discouraged. No big deal. Those are pros, real pros. Let's see what Red Legion goes with here. Karslev digging out to the Dorito corner. Smotrov filtering into the middle, and Tyler Harmon dying early. He's had a tough go of it so far, Matty.
Yeah, Tyler Harmon, it's a couple early deaths for him in the 6 points we've seen. It's going to put Impact at a slight disadvantage. Here comes Smotrov. He's going to come through. He's going to dice up and chicken wing Laval, and he stays alive. He's going to get a free kill. This is going on the list. Little 2-pack, 3-pack of kills right now for Smotrov. Kirill went in to get the last one, but Leo Smotrov making his presence felt in the middle. Beautiful job. Finally, last event. First time in a couple years I'd seen him, and I was thinking, Legion gets Smotrov back. And thank God for them because they lose Sergey on an injury, so they are going to need to get Sergey back as well, too, to have them have a solid chance to get a run and match up with Fit for the season title if Fit's 2 wins.
Definitely, Matty. 4 unanswered for Red Legion and doing it in dominant fashion in that one. Smotrov coming through the middle. Karslev out wide early. Impact just trying to find an answer. It's been a lot of early deaths. Not enough kills off the break for him so far.
Zach.
Dave Baines and Brandon Cornell talking. Dave saying, Brandon, you got to go out. Got to get out to that corner if they're going to be up in our business.
Yeah, I love that play call, too, for Legion. Might have been a read for Smotrov. Could possibly have been a read. Like, hey, go here, you see this, then do this. But it was his athleticism that allowed it to go down that way. Because as soon as he shot Laval, he then went into it directly into a head-first dive and didn't just go sacrifice his body. Let's get another look at it. So, look, there's and he was able to recover and land nicely and then gets through the gap in time, did it so fast that no one saw him, gets the free kill on Cornell.
Yeah, he came streaking through and got himself horizontal, just providing less of a target for Nick Laval.
But he had to change his shoulders in midair as he was kind of falling to the ground based on the momentum of the move.
Nicely done. Nick Laval, he's been in bloody knuckle fights up the middle for over a decade now. Yeah. Usually doesn't miss the guy who comes to bunker him.
I wonder what the over-under on blood welts on Nick Laval's body is after a weekend.
My goodness.
20?
Something like that.
A dozen?
That's about right, Matty.
I guess it depends on the middle, right?
Depends on the layout, but if you're going to go up there, you got to be ready for that action.
Well, when he got Paintball Famous coming out of 187 crew, he got the nickname Nick the Wall Laval.
Yeah.
Because we used to have a big wall in the middle of the field, and he was just so good at playing it.
He's saying,
do that again.
Oh, I thought he was saying...
I have no idea.
Yeah, I thought he was saying that he loved the ending of Anna Karenina when she lays on the train tracks. but maybe
very,
not.
Very dramatic. So all Legion here in this comeback. Impact has to find a way to get this momentum back.
Let's see. Impact, you just want to have a point at your pace. Don't let these become downhill snowball points for Red Legion. That's going to take a kill out of the middle early.
Or try to shoot a body on the break.
Yeah, that'd be
Go
great.
up early. On the breakout here, Legion going to risk Malloy into the snake. He makes it clean. They lose Brandon Cornell, so it looks like Brandon goes outside wide on the break. So that's Justin Rabikov's gun. Nice kill by J-Rab.
They kill Rainey as well out of the back center. They're ripping a bounce shot into the back center. They're producing a lot of kills off of it. It's a 5-on-3 Red Legion.
So it's very interesting because in the prelims, Impact slowed the pace of the points down and their communication was just absolutely perfect. But Legion's comeback has been, they're playing their game. They're ramping up the action here and the pace of these plays, and Impact just can't keep up.
I think you got to concede right here if you're Impact. You're going to go down 2 probably with only 4 minutes left to go.
This is already our highest scoring game of the tournament. Why? Because Legion's playing their style of ball. They're pushing the pace of the action, and like I just said, man, like Impact has to find a way to be able to match Legion when Legion's going to play like this.
Yeah, and with a 1-point deficit and coming down on 4 minutes. Oh, Justin Cornell might have shot Smotrov out of the middle. No, he's alive, playing the outside of that bunker. Leo Smotrov has been the difference in this match.
Yeah, JC in a low body moment trying to make something happen here, but Legion probably not going to give him much. I agree. I think you have to concede this one in a 2-on, is it a 2-on-4? 2-on-4. Maybe give JC another, they're 334, maybe I was going to say, I just feel like you have to concede it. So, but yeah, the issue is that this is another issue sometimes when you go through the prelims and never face any adversity.
Yeah.
Everything's looking good. You are dictating the pace of play. You're slowing it down. No one can match on that. No one's matching on the communication and on the lane control. And then they're getting things going their way again in the start of this match. Oh, we have a giant 3-point lead. All right, boys, let's just go to our spots and slow it down. And then Legion's like, nah, we're going to ramp up the pace of action. Let's see if you can keep up. And Impact has just not been able to keep up with Legion for 5 points.
And the way you win, dictate the pace there, is you shoot one off the break and survive it. I think Alexander Bridnikov shot Brandon Cornell running and shooting to the snake off the break right there.
I think J-Rod was shooting that way too.
Yeah, well, between those two guns, it's huge, and having that extra paint for Bridnikov is massive. I honestly think that you might want to think about pulling Rainey off that lane for Bridnikov. Someone's got to try to shoot that guy off the break. You can't let him go gun up 4 points in a row.
Yeah, I mean, maybe put Zach's up the middle. You could also put Rainey up the middle. If Rainey's not making the shot, maybe put Zach on the shot and have Rainey go up the middle because Rainey's great up the middle too.
I just think if Bridnikov is going to run and shoot to the snake off the break every point, you're going to have a really hard time out here. Now you're down 2.
Yes, they've been having a very hard time for 5 points in a row.
Yeah.
Focus. Yeah, that's a good one to bring up. Definitely enough time for an Impact comeback right now.
Yeah. I wonder what Red Legion pace-wise will go with here. Back to Kuzman. Don't like the call there with the 2-point lead. I think I'm imagining, though, that they're going to try to keep Bridnikov in the backfield, not risk his body off the break here, recognizing that Impact is going to try to key up on it.
And Smotrov's, it's not time for him to be happy quite yet because they have a little bit of work to do, but he's probably been dreaming about this moment for the past couple seasons. Can't wait to get back with the boys, go on some legendary comeback run.
So 5 alive for Impact.
Smotrov's going right back up the middle to try to do battle with Nick Laval. Thinks that he shot him, but Laval, they do lose Kirill Peridny. Laval is going to get taken out by Smotrov and traded. It's going to be a minor penalty assessed here on Nick Laval. Comes off shaking his head. That pulls out Brandon Cornell as Mikey Urena dives into the snake. Still 3 bodies left alive currently here for Impact, and 3 as for Legion. Legion's going to push Karslev into D2.
So 3-on-3 situation, gotta have it moment for Impact. Mikey Urena coming into the snake 3. Kuzman is already there for the Red Legion. Tyler Harmon right behind Mikey. Kuzman 33.
Oh, and then Karslev's going to eat up Mikey Urena. Even just Tyler Harmon, and is that Zach in the back?
And Zach is dead.
That was Dalton.
Oh, Dalton is dead. So just bad deaths there. Going to go down 3, 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. 6 unanswered points for Red Legion. erasing a 3-point deficit and then building one of their own. What a turn of events, Matty.
Yeah, and Impact, because it's Sunday, they have to go chasing right now. They're going to have to continue to push the issue. And I was saying that earlier, there's no way we're going to see a mercy rule loss again, just like Impact took against Red Legion in Atlantic City with around 3 minutes left to go. We could see that because they have to chase points.
It's possible.
Take big risks. So here's Nick Laval. He's going to jump over the beam, and he's trying to get a shot on Smotrov.
He's really lucky he didn't get a major there. They threw a yellow. He did shoot Smotrov, so he's playing on here. I think he ultimately shoots Smotrov. That should have been a major.
Yeah, if you are hit and shoot an opponent, that's the definition of a major.
They threw a yellow, only pulled one, so should have been a major, but that's a gift to Impact, but still not enough. Dying out of bunkers. That was the first breakout they won in the last 6 points or so.
And we need, hold on, Impact. We shoot the raspberry in the snake corner. B, just contain your Utah. If your Utah's not there, I need you to be packaged. Yes, and then go.
Hey, we need 45-second points.
You're the back center. You're the back center shooting, the Dorito side.
Love that from JC. Hey, we need 45-second
30
points.
seconds.
I think it's really useful in these situations to know the exact pace you're trying to play. Are we at 1 minute? Are we at 90 seconds? Are we at 45 seconds? 45-second pace is different than 1 minute. It's different than 90 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. When I coach divisional teams, I force you to bring a stopwatch and wear it on your wrist or on your gun so that you understand what 45 seconds feels like in the combat headspace.
Yeah, the elasticity of time. Seconds feel both long and short out here on the paintball field. Now Impact down 3. Get 5 out alive, all 5 guns up, but no one coming off for Red Legion.
Impact has a chance still here if they can. Oh, but here comes Smotrov. He's going to dice up. Just playing amazing up the middle. They're coming off the bench, and body coming off Kuzmin with an early death.
Oh, Smotrov dead too, so door slightly open.
Yeah, but Zach's asking for a check.
4-on-3 situation for now. Continues to be a 4-on-3.
Yeah, Zach's good to go. Impact into the 50-yard line, top side, and here comes Rainey Stanzik pushing the issue. He's going to hit the deck and crawl up onto Legion side of the field. They don't know he's there. This is definitely going to work out here for Impact. He's got to do it as fast as he possibly can. He's going to get a free kill inside on Kirill, blow up Karslev, and then that's going to be the third kill on the back. Beautiful job by Rainey and Zach here on the attack up the middle to make this a bit of a game. Going to be a 2-point spread with 1 minute and 38.
JC said it before the point, hey, we need 45-second points. He's right. They get 1. They need 2 more. Awesome execution, though, by Impact. If I'm Red Legion, I'm not putting Kuzman back out there in this match. Rather have Barytnikov alive in the snake there.
Just so interesting how this is we've seen 10 points. I mean, we've seen a game finish 1-0 here out at this event, and it was an Impact match. So styles make fights, and styles make gunfights too.
Yeah, what's a great move by Rainey there. Knew exactly what needed to happen, gets it done, eats him up, keeps Impact in this match. You know, we were kind of wondering if Red Legion was going to be able to play their game on this layout. They've found a way so far here on Sunday morning.
Yeah, but Impact can play fast too when pressed backs against the wall. Can they summon the skill and the spirit to do it 2 more times though? And if you're Legion, I feel they've been doing it. You have to continue to send Smotrov up that middle and hope that it works out for them with either Laval or Rainey or Yakimek.
I like Tyler Harmon there. Dave Baines gives him instruction. It felt like he had another idea. He said, I'll do what you say. Gotta have one brain out there, from coach to the 5 bodies on the field, to the guys who aren't playing, to the pit help. Everyone got to be on the same page. Right now, Impact needing 45-second pace points. 2 of them against Red Legion. And it's Yakimek, Brandon Cornell, Rainey Stanzak, Nick Laval.
Well, also, how much gas you got in the tank here, as it is hot, and these guys have been running back-to-back points here as we're on X-Ball.
Kuzmin drawing another spin. As the one on the snake side. Karslev looking like he might want to take that Dorito corner.
So a last-second call here from Dave Baines. Karzov's going to go outside wide, and here comes Kirill now doing battle up the middle with Laval, and Kirill shoots Laval. Huge kill for Kirill Peridny. Kirill's onto impact side now. They're going to have to come through and execute Kirill. They can't let him stay there. It's going to be Rainey Stanzik. He's going to pop the top and then dice him up and trade out.
I thought Rainey was going to get the drop on a minor penalty on Tyler Harmon. Draws out Zach Yakimek.
That should do it.
Yeah.
Minute 13, another 3-point spread.
Yeah, now you need 25-second points. That's a really tough ask to get 3 25-second points against Red Legion. 7-4, high-scoring game by far out here, man.
Oh, not even close.
Not even close.
I'm trying to think. I think 7. I think 7, the Dynasty Arsenal game.
Wow. Now sitting at going into point number 12 in this one. And that's what Red Legion likes. They found a way to dictate the tempo out here. It came from winning breakouts and taking ground, as they often do, and winning the battle in the center.
Legion Aftershock was a 7-point game as well, too. I think that's it.
What do you think if we go Yankee, Daniel go Yankee?
No?
Yeah.
Hey, dude, bro, listen. From the money, he can hold.
Okay, let's go like this. Let's go like this. Иди, Мань, иди на Мань.
This guy, go, please.
Он видит это все.
Окей,
все, давай. Даня, Мань.
I like this. I mean, even on a team that almost always tells their players what to do, you have to get insight from the best players on your team. What are you thinking, man? Hey, J-Rab, if I'm coaching J-Rab and J-Rab's, I think we should do this, I'm going to give a hard thought about that, unless I'm 1,000,000,000% certain that is not the play.
Couldn't agree more, Maddie. J-Rab is seeing so much more by being on the field. He's reading paint, reading pressure. He understands you got to have trust as a coach to know when to go with your guys' insight.
And you need buy-in. You have to have buy-in on the game plan.
Yeah.
You can't send your guy out there disappointed that sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
But you have to get buy-in on the game plan, especially when this is what's at stake. And they have a really comfy lead right now, but you never know.
And it comes to trust. You can't fake that. If you say, trust me, you need the guy to buy in that moment. Sometimes you get the lip service, but Red Legion there, coach for Red Legion and J-Rab figuring it out. J-Rab wants to be in the money. I believe that's the mini wall. Nope. Kuzmin going to the mini wall. Impact, 4 guns up. They do lose Justin Cornell. Rainey zipping through the middle.
He goes almost all the way through untouched. He does trade out with Smotroff. Smotroff begging for a penalty. That was a clean trade. We're under a minute to go. And here comes Dalton Vanderbilt. He's going to get diced up by J-Rab. J-Rab's going to cut out wide off of that. Malloy coasts up the middle as all the bodies here for Edmonton Impact have been shot except for Tyler Panilio is the last player left alive here. Bottom side, gets shot in the back by Malloy. And that should be the final point. Edmonton Impact is out of chances here.
It's a wrap, Maddie. 2 of our favorites getting knocked out in this early Sunday morning set. Impact and Dynasty. I bet a lot of teams had those 2 teams picked to win the tournament, but Red Legion, Houston Heat, taking care of business. Red Legion, wow, that stretch of 6 unanswered points after falling down 0-3. That we call that mental toughness out here.
I mean, a great story and a great comeback. The big question after those first 3 with no Sergey here and everyone that had been riding the bench for a while not getting it done, who is it going to be? Somebody has to step up coming off the bench. It was Leo Smotroff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable job by Leo Smotroff.
Nicely done. Rudnikov got that nice forehead gap with that beanie.
So that officially ends this quarterfinal set, but stick around. It's going to be PB Fit taking on X Factor. Battle of the Texas Titans here. And then also going to be Tauntauns taking on Aftershock. So more action coming at you here from the 2025 NXL Midwest Open. Matty Marshall alongside Mike Jeffrey. We'll be back.
you're all I ever need. Got love the one you want. Say, alright, baby, you can't use me. Alright, take.
Hey, no tape. No tape. Ricky the Boston. No tape. No tape.
4-on-4 situation. Harris with that forward penetration in the middle. Now Stephen O'Mara coming forward. Now Stephen's going to get him clean. Nicely done.
O'Mara going headhunting on Harris Hussein, and he stays alive doing it. So great move by Stephen O'Mara.
Now he's going to come up here and shoot the can in the back right now. I'm not sure how the can's not dead, but big move right now. O'Mara got shot in the pack.
Yeah, he did kill Acevedo before that happened, and Arsenal going to clean up that last player off the Doritos side.
Hey, I heard him shooting his gun, so I blocked him out. Yeah. And baiting him to come get me. Wait to kill him on his move. Yeah. Who shot you, Elliot? Bang, bang. Bang. 287. Back center. Oh, wait, no, there's still another one. 200. Benny, me and you made the same mistake. We did not connect midpoint. I'm covering off the middle.
Yes, 2-on-4 situation. NYX. Oh, that's a major. He's going to shoot him. That's a major.
Upgrade coming through, and it's going to call. They're going to call it a minor.
Yep. Hey, they got a penalty. Stay alive. Stay alive. Stay
Taylor,
free.
here in the snake.
I think we killed the snake with the penalty. 2 on the Dorito. It should be kill 3. Our Obama.
2-on-2.
Yeah, but this is just
too little, too late.
It's boding very well for Arsenal. Who cares? You're up 4-0. You've already got 2 wins on the board.
Oh, JC
win out.
Harris.
Margin doesn't mean anything.
1-on-1.
Yeah, here comes JC. Goes right at him.
JC
punishes him. JC Whittington.
Oh, don't hurt yourself,
the legend,
JC.
47 years old.
47 years old, JC Whittington.
Still got it, baby. Get this man some oxygen.
Oh, man. You gonna let that old man do that to you? Oh, man. What is that? Is that nail? That's a goose egg. That's a goose egg. Way to be, JC. Grit, motherfuckers. Woo!
Tracks there.
Hey, that's the fucking grit, motherfucker. Hey, we almost gave them 3 points. Hey, but each one of us fucking stepped up when we fucking needed to. Hey, what happened in the beginning? What happened? We forgot the fucking process. Me, Benny, both forgot the process. We tried to be like, yeah, we could fill out real quick. Be alive. Be the fuck alive. All right, that's the difference maker. When we are alive. Yeah. Hey, me and Benny both made quick moves. Shouldn't have happened. Hey, we're 120 grit.
Yeah.
120 grit for the next one.
We got more.
Okay?
We got more.
Hey, everybody step the fuck up. Everybody's here. Everybody's ready to fucking roll. Come on. Hey.
Welcome back here. 2025 NXL Midwest Open. We're in the quarterfinals. It's going to be PB Fit taking on X Factor, who fought through the Ironman in the wild card round. Also in the set, it's going to be Tauntauns taking on Aftershock, who defeated the rookie pro team Sea Dogs, making their first Sunday. I'm Eddie Marshall, alongside paintball legend, future Hall of Famer Alex Frazier from San Diego Dynasty, and Mike Jeffrey, the editor of Great American Paintball. So, Alex, what do you think? PB Fit, X Factor, who do you got?
I mean, you got to take Fit. They got the momentum. They're cruising. They got the power. I'm just happy to be sitting up next to the 2 smartest guys in paintball.
Well, thank you very much, Alex. You're a very smart man yourself. And here we go. X Factor on the blue side. Ooh, not starting out well here. They're going to be getting a minor penalty, possibly on Matt Jackson. That's going to pull out Meter. And looks like nobody coming off here for Fit. So it's going to be a 5-on-3 situation.
Yeah, I think Scott Stewart destroyed his hopper diving into the snake off the break, however. Now he's got it going. So 5-on-3, advantage Fit, classic Fit, shooting a short body off the break, also drawing that minor penalty.
for the 5-on-3 advantage.
Definitely doing a masterful job with scouting their enemies. Have overwhelming superiority here on the numbers and taking some good positions here in the snake with Stewart and Seabaugh with Geringer behind them. Everyone on fit rolling their guns.
Yeah, so it's just Billy holding up Chavez on the Doritos side. It's Archie and TJ trying to hold up Scott Stewart and this three-prong attack on the snake side for fit. But now TJ switches to keep Chavez in check. Billy comes inside, and Cyrus Geringer comes into the snake 2 behind Stewart.
Well, I also like that Fit didn't just start running reckless down the field with this 2-body advantage. They know the spots they need to take, want to play it smart here, be patient. Patient has been the word of the tournament, except for that last set. If you missed it, it was a good one with Legion, a big come from behind victory over Impact. Uh-oh. Well, it looks like Scott Stewart.
Yeah, Billy called his kill.
Yeah, going to be getting a minor penalty. That's going to pull out Geringer. Mason has to come over, and now it's 3-on-3.
Yeah, Billy saying grazie mille for playing on there, Scott Stewart. Even in the body count, 3-on-3.
Yeah, so they're calling the kills cross field. Kill Cyrus, kill Stewart, so they know they have 3 bodies left alive, and things are now getting a little bit more tense here in point number 1.
Yep, and this is where guys like Archie thrive. So we'll see. Let's look for, I'm saying X Factor's going to try to make a move here first.
Archie at the mini wall, popping the top and thinking about it here, Alex. But yeah, it is also obviously a huge shift of momentum if you find a way to pull out a 3-on-5, even with the gift of a penalty. I'll take it any way I can get it.
Yeah, so they lost track of Seabaugh, I think. So Archie hunting, trying to find the bodies before he makes his move.
I'm actually surprised. We practiced X Factor on this field, and when they would go down bodies in practice, they would put a punch together quickly to try to, especially with Billy and Archie. And they didn't do that here. They chilled out and ended up working out a shot on Stewart and drawing the penalty. So, yeah, that's definitely a momentum swing for sure. I mean, that can dictate sort of the pace of the whole match, especially from attitude-wise in the fit pit if they lose this point.
Definitely. Archie called Cowboy, Snake 3 in the 4, so X Factor definitely knows all 3 positions for paintball fit. Trenton Mason now getting into that 50 wedge for PB fit. Archie trying to figure out where he's trying to rip a bounce shot off the back center into Billy Bernacci, and the South Electronics can fit. Always
those
knows
look
their
quality,
bounce shots.
man, those bounce shots.
Yeah, and so Billy has to bail out into the snake, is able to make it.
Yeah, Alex, I feel like on this layout, there's always bounce shots. There's a ton of them on this layout.
Bounce shots are a myth.
They're a myth. These are not the bounce shots you're looking for. So right now, trying to close this thing out here with bodies at the 50, with Mason outside wide, outside containment, bottom side. But
did they see Billy slip into the snake?
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either, because look, now Seabaugh is going to expose himself here and get lit up by Billy, but Mason picks up Billy across the field. So now we got a nice 2-on-2 here to enjoy.
Yeah.
Danner and Montemayor versus Mason and Chavez.
Danner pops the top out of that back center, almost gets caught by Mason as Montemayor moves up into the wedge. Ooh, Mason almost getting caught by Montemayor.
He's on his last pod.
Yeah, guys, head checking away from balls out here.
Here comes Archie.
Ooh, we got picked up, but not shot by Mason. Chavez is out of paint, though. Oh, Mason gets him clean, so now it's TJ Danner against Mason. Mason trying to put up on
Chavez is alive. Picking up paintballs off the ground.
Oh, TJ gets shot, though, streaking. Mason was trailing him coast to coast for a while.
Dude, what a cool point.
So Colt screaming at the referees right now as the frustration starting to set in already. It was a messy point on both sides, but it is going to be PB fit.
That was exciting.
That was exciting.
That was a good one.
I love watching Colt yell, too. He's always so passionate over there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of charisma just dripping off of him in droves.
The way he talks, you always feel like they've lost the point. He said it himself. He's a perfectionist. He's got had a nice piece in Great American Paintball.
He's a very polite and chill guy normally, and then the second game time hits, he's just an absolute beast.
For sure, yeah. His piece is really good. He wrote a story in the latest Great American Paintball issue, and he doesn't hold back.
Yeah, he's a truth teller for sure. But now it's Aftershock against Tauntauns. Aftershock fighting through that wild card game. They're nice and warmed up. The Tauntauns haven't played since yesterday morning, but in the prelims, they were one of the best-looking teams out here.
Oh, they were amazing in the prelims, going undefeated. And
you have Parrish stretching to the corner over here. which in the last match against the Sea Dogs, he ran out there a lot, which is sort of uncharacteristic for the standard game plan on this field, but he seems to be having no problem making it out there.
Yeah, Aftershock was having some problems playing pocket, started risking a little bit more, and it was working out for him.
Hugo Verhage getting into the Snake 3 via the Snake side wedge for the Tauntauns.
Axel filling out to the Dorito side to match Parrish across the field there.
Alex Rodriguez in the mini brick in the center of the field, keeping his gun in Hugo's direction in case Hugo wants to take that bump forward. Looking at Clay Hughes, who came off the bench and really changed things for Aftershock yesterday. He's in the Snake 3. He's played well for them.
Do you guys have a list of topics, like when it's a 5-on-5 situation up here?
No, it's just impromptu, Alex.
Yeah,
It's off the top of the dome.
Okay.
I just try to keep it really coastal elite in terms of quality. It's going over great with the fans, I hear. Konstantin Fedorov getting into the Snake 2.
He's having a weekend.
He's playing really well, yep.
Yeah, Fedorov, ever since day 2 in Atlantic City, has been lights out.
Yeah, trying to rip a bounce shot off the Dorito insert into Trent Nita in the back center for Aftershock.
Yeah, this has the makings of a long one here.
As a shock player comes up to the Snake Rito.
Both teams spread out wide.
Who thought of that Snake Rito?
I don't know.
Might have been a collab.
Yeah.
Because we're like, how are we going to call this field? Because it's always tough when you have these staggered layouts. But yeah, Parrish making a move up into D1.
Now ripping the bounce shot off that wedge into Clay Hughes in the Snake 3, forcing him temporarily to hit the deck. Once again, going to have to hit the deck. Those are zipping in. About 1 out of every 6 looks like a heater.
Ooh, Hugo dodges one crossfield as Axel Godin going to dive into D2, makes it clean.
LJ Parrish has moseyed his way into the mini Dorito 1 for Aftershock.
Good comms here from Aftershock. Still 5-on-5. Yeah, this definitely has the makings of a long one. Never know on this layout when an 8-minute point is going to pop off, so need to be prepared for that, carry extra paint. Again, patience has really been the word of the weekend.
And in this heat, in this humidity, when you're holding a spot, especially playing a small bunker, start to feel that cramping. Alex, I remember you wrote something from Inside the Net, that old magazine, about the goggle foam getting saturated with sweat, stinging your eyes. That's a factor out here.
That's a thing. Yep, definitely. The fromage is melted in this weather here.
Yeah, so still tightened up into lanes. A-Rod looking toward Hugo to try to keep him out of there, but first kill is going to be on Parrish. Advantage Tauntauns 5-on-4.
Fabrice Colombo from the back center just keeping Parrish in check, and then now
but
the dominoes falling. Connor Kelly dying, Trent Nita dying on the fill.
Yeah, so good zone control here from Tauntauns as some kills finally start leaving the field. And that's actually going to force a very quick concession here from Todd Martinez. Looking at a 4-on-2, 5-on-2?
No, 2-on-5.
Yeah, 2-on-5. Not ideal.
Not a 5-on-2 is definitely a 2-on-5.
Same. Depends on which way you look at it. But was looking very close in the initial battles, but too many deaths there for Aftershock, and now PB Fit up by 1 in a messy first point. Penalty.
To give you guys a description up here, the table is like, we got coffee, we got some, what is this? Citrus pouches. We got some sunscreen, some Belvita crackers.
You're not even mentioning the important stuff, like the stuff we use to do the work. The voluminous notes, the computers, the microphones, the monitors.
My very popular handwriting, Alex.
Mike's chicken scratch over there. So jumping into point number 2 here, 10:44 on the clock. And
Billy Bernacci taking the walk early here as Fit is triple stacked in that back center area, rolling the guns.
They're going back with this double stack of bodies at both the South Electronics can and the back center. They loved that in the later part of the prelims.
Yeah, Cyrus always looks really comfortable playing the dead zone off the start gate. Never seems flustered, rolls his gun for longer than most, and then slips into that Southside Electronics can without difficulty. Looks like he's going to be the first into the snake for Fit. Just 4 alive for X Factor down 1. It's Meter, Fuzzy, TJ, and Archie all looking Dorito side right now, Maddie.
Yeah, everyone D side. There goes a launch into the snake. Good zone control. Looks like possibly here for X Factors. No, it looks like they bounced him.
Bounce going into the snake there.
Yeah, that was Fuzzy Jackson on the wrap from that mini brick. Bounces him, then slips back into that mini wall. That's going to deny Cyrus entry into that 50 snake wedge.
Yeah, that's definitely a sneaky shot teams are using. When the other team's not in the snake, they go to that brick in the middle and wrap around the other side of it. So a guy you can't check off, and he has a really good angle on you. So hence the solid bounce there on Geringer.
Yeah, a little lucky here for PB Fit to make the count still in their advantage, but Archie going to get into snake 2 untouched, not feeling any pressure, so he's going to play the nipple on the top of that bunker and rip paint inside. Mason going to move up to the brick here for PB Fit.
Mason, so dynamic, able to protect himself and shoot Archie in that last point in a low body moment. Now up 1 with 9 minutes to go. In a high body situation, 5-on-4.
Yeah, so Fit with an extra body, extra point. Time still on the clock for X Factor to try to win a gunfight, develop their attack. But PB Fit set up nicely with both Geringer and Mason up the field. Stewart's going to join Geringer in the snake structure. And he's going to crawl up into snake 2.
Archie now going to hit the deck and crawl into snake 3 for X Factor. Oh, but Cyrus Geringer dying out of his spot. So 4-on-4, even bodies now. Huge kill for X Factor. Not sure if that was TJ or Fuzzy, but regardless, Cyrus taking the walk.
Watch for Archie to wrap here and take control of this game. This is his speciality.
Ripping a bounce shot off that pin, trying to get one to zip in on Mason. Chavez, though, sneaks out to the Dorito wire.
Meter saw it from the corner there. Meter's been doing great over there, man. He's had a lot of points this weekend where he's kind of slipped out to that corner unnoticed and surprised the other team. So,
well, and Alex, you played that position over there. We've been talking about as this tournament's progressed, the guys that are willing to take a little bit of risk and get outside wide or get up have really been force multipliers for their squads.
Agreed. Yeah, if you can get out to that corner, it's definitely a game changer. Harrison played that for us, and he did a great job. So, a lot of points we won were through there. As Archie's contemplating the wrap here, he knows the guy's in the middle.
Yeah, Chavez.
But he now has to worry about Chavez. He knows he's back there.
Yeah.
Because they yelled 5. I don't know.
Well, Meter. So Chavez launches into D1. Meter dives past D1 into D2.
No eyes on Chavez here.
Chavez in the Dorito. I think Meter just saw him. Yeah, Meter engages with him. So Archie definitely aware that he has Chavez. Always has to be wary of Chavez taking that step out wide to put a shot on him down the wire. Now Fuzzy making his move into the wedge. Feels like he's thinking about trying to engage either Chavez and or Trenton Mason here.
Archie's going to get on his feet and wrap around, potentially check off on that inside lane. Mason's the only real gun on Archie here currently.
Here comes Jackson to the center brick, and he's going to lock up his eyes looking over Archie to protect the move from Chavez. As Danner floats out to the corner behind Meter, X Factor looking to get into an aggressive position here, it looks like.
Yeah, just down 1. Not the end of the road. TJ now sliding into that mini Dorito behind Meter.
Yeah, Chavez at D2 went to head check down the line on Archie. Archie actually crawled to look at the cut inside before going back into Snake 3 proper.
He explored a bounce shot off the Hertz Tower into Trenton Mason, but Trenton, recognizing that the angle had opened, scared Archie, so Archie retreats back into his spot. Archie has no paint on it. No, he's got 1 pot on his back.
As Chavez is Easter egg hunting paintballs in the grass, and he just picked up a few. He inspected them before he put them in there, looking for good ones. As we approach 6 minutes, these moments get more and more important.
I can't remember the last time I've seen more guys pick paintballs off the ground than this event.
Clearly no problem for Scott Stewart, though, who's still in the field for Paintball Fit. He won a one-on-one with a paintball off the ground.
Oh, this is still advantage Fit, though. They have a lead to protect. It's a tiny 1-point lead. We're down to 5:40 here on the clock.
Yeah, Archie playing both sides. I just heard someone on X Factor ask, where's the disco? So that...
I think that's the middle guy.
Yeah, the middle guy, yeah. And I think they call that cowboy. So disco means they know someone's in the middle, but cowboy is that what they call that brick. So looking to Archie, who definitely knows Mason's there.
Yeah, very little shooting going on right now, which means everyone's down, getting low on bullets. Matt Jackson's got a pod. Archie looks like he's out of paint.
And Seaball is just chilling back there. Like, look for Seaball becoming a factor here in this point.
Where do you think he should go?
He's got some paint. No, I think he's good there. Just because of the way X Factor's postured on that Dorito side, there needs to be somebody looking that way, and Seaball's in a decent spot to do that.
Yeah, so Seaball would overwatch
he could come up to
topside.
that wedge, but that exposes like a big move by Jackson up the center. Here comes Stewart. No, who is that? Garrett? No, Stewart.
No, Stewart, because Garinger died.
So Stewart crawls up into Snake 3, looking to throw things off balance here a little bit.
I feel like it's going to come down to Archie trying to make a move into Trent Mason's gun here. Seaball, though, gets into the Snake. Oh, Stewart just got shot down by the wire by Meter. Awesome job. 4-on-3, advantage X Factor now. That opens things.
Watch for Fit to come here.
Seaball into the Snake 2.
Chavez on his feet. Mason popping the top, trying to catch Jackson.
We're coming up on 4 minutes.
Archie's thinking about it as well. No, just going to check off on that side. Here comes Meter. Meter pushes up into D3. Mason switches his gun to Meter. Chavez gets caught, though. Big advantage right now for X Factor.
Ooh, Mason just ate up Fuzzy, but...
Seaball gets shot down the line. 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Field spread nicely here for X Factor. Mason's going to go back and forth. This is a tough situation.
Mason takes one in the loader. Vigorously fighting out of there.
Wow.
Wow, Mason just was doing it all there in the end.
Yeah, he's such a tough kill out here, but good job killing Scott Stewart down the wire.
We got a game, 1-1, 3:20 left.
Yeah, X Factor wanting some redemption from the last one as PB Fit knocked him out in a Mercy Rule win, even though they defeated PB Fit in the prelims.
Yeah, they're rep as best kids in Texas. It's under consideration right now with Paintball Fit.
Danner gets out off the field and immediately asks for water. How hot was it down there, Alex?
It was pretty steamy, yeah. I'd say today is probably the hottest day.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah, it's like you don't really realize it, and then all of a sudden you're just gassed.
So
I mean, yesterday afternoon, even after it was cooling down, like I feel like Tampa was gassed in that match. Like Keith was done at the end. Jacob wasn't out there. Only thing I could figure is they were just out of gas.
Yeah, we cut to the pits. Actually, Keith was on both knees. Looked like he was going to project his lunch onto the grass.
Up 1. Aftershock going Snake off the break with Clay Hughes, though.
Yeah, Clay's playing well this weekend.
Oh, yeah, he came off the bench, and that's what was the difference for them lineup-wise, I think. Trent Nita on the wrap from that mini brick in the middle, trying to keep Konstantin Fedorov out of the Snake, but Axel Gaudin sneaking out into that Dorito corner. And
5-on-5 here currently. Both teams with the body out wide on the D side. A-Rod's going to go and try to help out Parrish.
It's going to be hard for Clay to move around this corner. Tauntauns do a good job with both of these laydowns in the center, having a redundancy, trying to keep the other team out of the 50 Snake side as Fedorov takes a walk out of the can.
I'm not sure who shot him. I wonder if it was A-Rod from that tower.
Possibly. It looked like it came from straight up. He wasn't looking across. So it could have been Parrish in the corner or A-Rod.
So Spitzma switches from that brick to keep an eye out Dorito way. It's Hugo Verhage in the mini wall, keeping Clay Hughes from advancing. But Axel Gaudin also down the wire. I don't think they know he's in that Dorito too, based on how Connor Kelly was playing there for a second.
Yeah, good comms. And with A-Rod playing an unconventional bunker, we haven't really seen a ton of guys in the middle of a point go to that Aztec.
Yeah, Trent Nita did switch to the Dorito side, so he might have eyes on Axel. Certainly does now. Axel makes him flinch, but doesn't shoot him. That Trent Nita calls it Dorito 2, Dorito 2. So now Clay Hughes and Connor Kelly aware of the threat in front of them.
Yeah, Tauntauns locking up lanes with the lead to protect, down a body. No one looking like they want to move up now that Axel's gotten to a decent spot here into that D2 position, but Colombo in the back center just looking towards that and looking towards the D side for Aftershock. Spitzma trying to keep Hughes from getting across.
Ooh, I think I saw something
sprayed off.
Yeah, Hugo. I think it might have not been an actual hit, but Hugo and Spitzma keeping their guns networked. Colombo keeping his eyes to the Dorito side from the back center for the Tauntauns. Connor Kelly connecting with Parrish and Nita.
Yeah, I mean, I do see a move maybe on the table here for Axel to move up and get a side shot on A-Rod. But I don't know if he knows A-Rod's in that spot.
Yeah, it's a spot no one's playing very much.
Yeah.
So might be triple checking. Are you sure he's at the tower? Positive? No one's been playing that.
Le Tower. You know what they call a Big Mac in France?
A Royale
What, Alex?
cheese.
Nope. That's a quarter pounder.
Oh, right.
It's a Le Big Mac. Trick question, bro.
Yeah, you got me there. Axel Gaudin looking like he wants to. He's battling with Trent Nita in the middle. If he wants that move forward, he's going to have to go through Trent. Trent, definitely well lubricated out here.
There's Axel Gaudin here on your screen. 8:13 to go. Makings of another long one here. Connor Kelly up and on his feet. No spot for him to take unless he wants to go into the wedge, which he's going to. And there goes a launch actually from Nita. So Nita's going to get up into the brick. Shock is the team that needs a point, so they're playing a little bit of offense here.
Yeah, Trent setting the trap for Axel. Now he comes off it, switches A-Rod perhaps. Might want to take a... I think he's thinking about that move forward. There's no insert to take him away.
I like that move, but I don't like looking that way.
Yeah, but I think it's because he wants to wrap on Axel here.
They're trying to press it here.
Well, Axel's posted up on that lane. Now he's shooting crossfield, though, at Parrish, who just went into D2. But Axel Gaudin ends up getting taken out, and that is going to loosen up the reins here for Aftershock as they're starting to launch their attack. They double up the brick here, and here comes the hammer about to get dropped by Nita. Nita call, but Nita just posted up over the top. He should have known by process of elimination those were bodies in the middle, so he wastes his body, but they shoot the back centers. Colombo taking the walk. Hugo's still alive. Spitzma's still alive.
So it's a 3-on-2 advantage.
Four on two.
It's just Hugo and Spitzma. Make it just Spitzma. Good job, Connor Kelly, on the close here.
Connor Kelly's having a pretty good day here.
Oh, he does. He thought he might have gotten team killed there for a second, so he stops. Then he hits it.
Definitely let Spitzma have it right there.
Nicely done.
Yeah, the key kill was on Axel Gaudin.
Yeah, Trent Nita coming through that alleyway in the middle to get the wrap over the top on Axel. Connects on the first ball. You only get one opportunity at that wrap right there, and he makes it count.
Massive kill. Get a look here on the replay, as this was the close after the death of Axel Gaudin. Nita comes over the top, does not know Hugo's there. Maybe he was slightly off on the count, but here's Connor Kelly being a little bit more careful. Edging out wide to get the kill on Hugo, and then launches and dices up Spitzma. Little two-pack to close here for Connor Kelly.
Do you guys like the longer points that sort of build tension and end in a dramatic fashion like that, or do you like the quick smash them up, crash and bash them?
They're both dramatic in their own way, so as long as there's some sort of story to tell to make my job a little easier.
I like the build to the end there. I like slow paintball where it becomes sort of stalemated and it requires chess and intelligence and dynamism to break it. With a dramatic end there, certainly reminds me of the old 7-man days. Requires thoughtfulness, coordination, communication. Those are all the things I love in paintball. That, like, bang them down, 30-second point for 30-second point, I'm less interested in personally.
Again, I'll take it either way as long as there's a battle and it's not one team smashing the other.
Just stating a preference, Matty, that's all.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you. I think that's great, too.
I got to tell you, you guys are doing a great job up here.
Well, thank you, Alex. Appreciate it. You guys have done a great job with Dynasty this year. I know not the result you wanted here, but a lot of changes in the roster. You guys have had some good finishes.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, we definitely got beat this morning. Nothing to be mad about. Just go back and figure out what we did wrong. It's not a lot of margin for error out here.
Yeah, especially on a layout like this. So tied up 1-1. Just 3 minutes and 19 seconds left to go on the breakout. Can both teams keep 5 bodies alive? It looks like they do. Slightly better field position here for X Factor as they get Billy Bernaccio. He goes inside this time to the wedge. Looks like he wants to fight and jump over the beam to get to Snake 3. No, he's going to hang out at the wedge for now.
Yeah, he's got to go through Cyrus and Seaball, I believe. Not a large gap, but still has to be done. Oh, they kill Cyrus Geringer out of the middle. That's another early death for Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus, MVP at World Cup, but needs to tighten things up here a bit.
Actually, I really like the way Cyrus went to the, got off the field there, low, blocked out, and slides into the pit, trying to hide his dead body from X Factor.
Down to 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. X Factor, one body advantage. Can they close it out here? We're going to see an overtime point. Fit doubling up that South Electronics can. Mason's going to want to get out of there.
Yeah, just contending with meter heads up right now.
And X Factor knows they're yelling 54, so they do know they have the kill on.
Oh, Scott Stewart shot Billy Bernaccia going across from the wedge into the snake 2. Incredible coast-to-coast shot by Scott Stewart to even the body count here.
That's a massive kill
here,
Mike.
Archie.
Yeah, as Archie is pushing up, but I understand why Billy's trying to make that move. He's got 2 minutes to get himself in position to try to make something happen. Could have waited another 20 seconds or so, but I understand his the pressure to move there. As Archie now, he gets into snake 3 here and even up on the count 4-on-4.
Yeah, nicely. Oh, I think he just shot Scott Stewart. Scott Stewart asking for a check. Touching a lot.
Are we going to have another fortuitous bounce? Or is it going to be a kill?
If you can put more pressure on them.
Good to go.
Good to go. He's bounced. With a ref in there, it's effectively 3 bodies behind that cam. Would have loved to see X Factor try to get on the pinch there. Unable to do it. Just a minute 20 on the clock. 4-on-4. Stewart now into the mini wall. That's going to make it harder for Archie to make a press on the snake side if he wants it.
Yeah, it's looking like potential overtime here, even on the count.
But Fuzzy hunting through the middle. He seems like he wants that action.
The channel is open if they can put in if Meter can get on Chavez and they can get Meter across.
And Chavez has struggled with that. Colt was on him big time in their afternoon match about Chavez getting put in or coming off the job.
Meter looks like he wants to get out wide D side. He does. So X Factor is going to try. Fit's going to hold, it looks like. Oh, and they're going to shoot out Mason as he gets scalped. So
lots of time left.
Yeah,
40 seconds.
Chavez going to get out clean.
Oh, that's big.
Do they know that Chavez made it out wide? I'm not sure. Everyone looking for lanes to run through for San Antonio X Factor. They're going to shoot out Scott Stewart as well, too. 4-on-2. Can they get it done in 29 seconds, though? Here goes the big launch as Archie gets cut in half.
Seaball just moved there and tricked Archie.
Yeah, Seaball didn't get picked up on the field of South Electronics can. That allows him to pick up Archie coming through. It's just 15 seconds left. There's still 2 bodies left alive.
So Seaball's getting pinched so much he can't even put his gun downfield, though. I don't know if Matt Jackson saw Chavez move up. He
take
does.
Out Chavez, take out Seaball.
They're going to be able to win here with 5 seconds, and it looks like Matt Jackson's going to hit that buzzer with 3 seconds left to go to take out the team that's won 3 events in a row. Doesn't look like they're going to have a chance. It's going to be San Antonio X Factor moving on into the semifinals and knocking out our current world champs.
Texas Showdown X Factor finally taking out the young upstart Paintball Fit, ending their streak at 3 tournaments in a row. What a dramatic finish there and an excellent close by San Antonio X Factor.
What a game,
man.
Tournament.
It's been back and forth between X Factor and Fit at the first event. Fit took down X Factor in a 1-point game, and then X Factor beats Fit by 2 in the prelims in Atlantic City. And then Fit was able to take down X Factor Mercy Rule win. Now it's X Factor going back and forth here on the wins and losses.
You got to hand it to Meter, dude. He was just solid. He was there. He existed. All those points, man. And then that last one, he came up huge.
Now Aftershock tied up with the Tauntauns. Longer way to go in this one. Todd Martinez calling kill, kill, kill. Had some audible that then he abandons. About 7 minutes left to go. Both teams getting 5 alive. No one in the back center for Aftershock. They go to the mini brick. The insert bunkers. The snake 3 is Clay Hughes already. And LJ Parrish, what else is new to the corner? Hugo Verhage going to make the jump across from the wedge to the snake 3 for the Tauntauns.
Hugo gets in a crucial position here. 6:28 to go in a 5-on-5 break. Right now, all locked up. This could be the point here, gentlemen, as it is looking that way.
No one's on Hugo, though. No one is shooting at Hugo Verhage. Trent just picked him up.
Looks like in that center, Trent Nita almost got caught. Able to dodge the ball, though. Good position for Hughes. Into Snake 3, matching things up with Hugo. And there goes Nita across to get into the mini wall. Makes it clean.
Yeah. A-Rod was just pumping paint at Hugo's bunker to make him think twice, even though he didn't have the gap forward. And that bounce shot making Hugo think twice. That's Trent Nita now from that mini wall. Those are zipping right in on Hugo. He has to hit the deck and crawl into that Snake 3 bunker to live.
Aftershock with 2 bodies here towards their D side with Alex Rodriguez able to help out LJ Parrish, who's posted up down the sideline. Hugo getting pinched Very tight up and on that spot as Aftershock ripping the bounce shot.
Yeah, that's Trent, and those are zipping right behind Hugo's back. He does not feel comfortable at all.
Hugo can't get any tighter than he currently is. He's actually going to gun up now, tuck in a little bit, try to cheat it around the sideline here.
Well, yeah, especially because if Trent's shooting the bounce shot, he's not shooting the outside of your bunker. So then that means the wrap is open. It's not as easy to get your gun in position, but Trent can't do both things at once, so wisely getting on the wrap. Wow, Parrish dying out of the corner.
A-Rod there to fill it, though. One body advantage here for the Tauntauns.
A-Rod quick into the Dorito 2, seen by Axel Gaudin. Tauntauns know it in a 5-on-2. Oh, but it doesn't matter. A-Rod kills Hugo.
That's a huge kill here for Alex Rodriguez. He's got Fedorov still in front of him. Does he know that Fedorov is in that spot is the question.
Looks like 4-3 advantage for... Or is it 4-4?
It's 4-4.
4-4.
Yeah, they're in the mini wall, or the Tauntauns for the fourth body. Hughes in the snake, Nita in the mini wall.
It's a big moment right there for A-Rod.
Yeah, Connor Kelly in the South Electronics can, and A-Rod in the Dorito 2 on the fill, picking up the real estate from Parrish and then connecting on his first engagement with Hugo. That first engagement on that wire is so important when you get lost. Find the bodies, as A-Rod saying. Caution the baby or Chicago. Likely one of the middle bunkers. They've lost track of Spitzma, perhaps.
Under 4 minutes now.
A-Rod
did he get caught? Where? It must have broken off of him
I
then?
couldn't tell if it broke off his finger or off the bunker.
Oh, I think it's the bottom. Oh, no, that's just a reflection. I don't know.
I mean, I was looking right at him, too. Paint definitely sprayed, but I don't know if it was off him or off the bunker.
Yeah.
Oh, but Nita...
The ref definitely had a better look at it than I did.
Yeah, with Nita trying to stop the bleeding over here, it's got a little too aggressive, a little too greedy, trying to get up the field, going into multiple lanes.
Now it's just Hughes and Connor Kelly, and Todd Martinez has seen enough in a 2-on-5 with only 3 minutes and 23 seconds left. Wise concession there. X-ball.
Tough break,
back up.
tough break there for Aftershock as A-Rod couldn't exactly see where he got shot, and then Nita coming over, and he had enough time to get to the back corner bunker and maybe just be a little patient over there and just tried to bully his way up the field, kind of out in the open into multiple guns, and then he got clipped. So after that, not much Tom Martinez could really do in that situation.
Yeah, it's probably not the wisest choice in terms of where to push it, but in a 3-on-5 with low time, kind of in a win fast, lose fast type situation, Alex. What do you think?
Push it.
Yeah. Salt and pepper.
Push it. That's what I always say.
Is that your karaoke song?
Sure, dude. That's playing on my head constantly while I'm playing.
I thought it was hot to go.
Well, we're in the pits right now with Shock.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O. That is actually Mike's karaoke song. I've seen it.
I've actually gone back to my Kink is Karma.
1 minute.
Loader. He's right here.
Tense moments. Tournament on the line here for Shock. Seemed pretty composed. Only down by 1. Little time to work with.
Todd, composed, patient.
Alex, since you're out of the tournament now, what would you do if you're Chicago Aftershock from a play perspective?
Man, I think it's going to be extremely difficult to come around the Tauntauns' left-hand side, so like down through the snake, because Tauntauns are putting a redundancy on that lane. They're putting 2 guys in those doors looking that way. So I think that's not where you come. I feel like it's a staggered attack up the center and maybe down through the bonsai middle stuff into their side there. But if Hugo Verhage gets into the snake 3 here, that move is closed off.
One of the best plays.
So you have to shoot somebody off the break. Like you've got to take something away.
The play that has worked out nicely, but only when there's no opponent at the brick, is to make the big move across, get all the way into their side. But that only works if they're not at the brick. So it looks like they are going to send a body.
So that would work here because Tauntauns didn't go to the snake. So if they could power Axel in and get Hosky across, that could work here.
And that looks like...
Oh, and he gets hit there.
Oh, did they call him out? They did. So door opens here slightly with 3 minutes on the clock for Shock. 5-on-4.
As Fedorov slides into the snake here.
Yeah.
As A-Rod takes the walk.
Yeah,
little too ambitious.
Yeah, tried to wrap in on Axel, but Axel had the zone and to kill LJ. No, yeah, LJ Parrish going to die. So now just a 3-on-4 for Aftershock. 2 minutes and 45 on the clock in a low body situation.
Ref check in the back center. No, he's good.
Colombo's clean. Now Clay Hughes hopping across into the snake 3. Axel Gauden saw it.
Plenty of time.
It's Criscione.
Yeah, Criscione up there. So Nick Criscione getting a spin here in a huge moment for Chicago Aftershock coming off the bench. See if he can get something done as Clay Hughes into snake 3. Connor Kelly at the back center as there goes LJ Parrish on the running off dead. Options dwindling here for Shock.
Yeah, 3 on 4. Clay Hughes going to have to try to find a way to bully his way. He only has Konstantin Fedorov and Axel Gauden contending with him for the move forward. Takes it into the wedge. Not panicking. Not overextending right now.
Yeah, Clay's got the ball for sure. I think Connor should get behind Clay and try to force it around this side now that Clay has passed the 50.
Yeah. Right now just pumping pain at Axel Gauden, trying to deny him the fill out. But I agree with you, Alex, getting close to Clay and getting on the wraps here before too long with only 1:30 left. Ooh, Axel just got shot by Clay Hughes, I believe. Could have been Connor Kelly, but still 3 on 3. Huge kill.
Yeah, huge kill with 1:30 left. That one's going to make this very interesting.
As Verhaeghe moves up the left side.
Yeah, Hugo goes
I love
through.
this counter punch. That's a smart move by Verhaeghe.
Yeah, he goes through untouched and gets the shot in on Nick Criscione. Hughes is going to try to put pain on him.
Verhaeghe's having a great event out here.
Referee checking out Fedorov. He's clean. As Clay Hughes is going to be pushing forward, but then he gets smoked from that back center. So
he's got to throw the towel right now.
Yep. Need 2 30-second points at this moment.
All right, he's going to rely on Connor Kelly to win a 3-on-1. Nope, he concedes, and we're going to have a rough situation here for Shock. Need 2 30-second points to tie it up.
Paintball Fit did make that happen against Impact in the World Cup final last year, but we do not see that often. Getting the 1 happens. The 2 30-second points back-to-back is tough.
Yeah, totally different layout as well.
Yeah, absolutely. This layout is, I think, challenging to win quick points on.
Definitely.
It's doable though, and Shock certainly has the firepower.
We did just see a big comeback from Red Legion though, as they were down by 3, but they had more time to work with.
And they dictated the pace of that game, right? Like, that's what happened to us. We let Heat dictate the pace of that. Like, if you're gonna play like that type of ball, you have to choose to play that way.
Yeah.
And you can't do a halfway thing.
Yeah.
Hugo Verhaeghe jumping over that wedge again into the snake 3. He changed the dynamic of that point when the Tauntaun defense started to collapse. He made the counter punch to go forward. Shoots. Oh, this is A-Rod getting shot by Axel Gauden on the wrap.
Yeah, just a couple extra deaths out there for Chicago Aftershock. If you are joining us on your social networks, please head on over to Major League Paintball Plus, MLPBplus.com to watch the conclusions of these battles going down. You're going to figure out who's going to win this tournament. The favorite going home is X Factor. I think now actually becomes the favorite if you beat PB Fit, who's won 3 events in a row. They're going to match up with Legion, and then it's going to be Houston Heat, who took down Dynasty, most likely fighting the Tauntauns unless Aftershock can score 2 3-second points.
And if you haven't yet, and you care about anything, you should go subscribe to Great American Paintball, which is our paintball magazine, which Mike here is the editor of. Maddie actually has a beautiful article, my favorite piece of the magazine, coming up in this next one, and tons of beautiful photos. So gappaintball.com, GAPPAINTBALL.com. Subscribe now.
When is the next issue dropping?
We're putting finishing touches on it now, so hopefully we'll be shipping in the next month or month and a half. So be ready for that one, and the next one's on tap right after that. So, yeah, stoked. Look how good we look, guys. Look at my glasses, though. I'm going to take a picture of you guys for the magazine, bro. Let's put this one. There you go. There you go. All right, we're journalists here.
Joe
right,
Barrett, Colt Lukau. Who else we got in this issue coming up? So many good pieces.
Yeah, Maddie's got a piece on nets. We got these vintage photos from Romain Monnier, who's the previous photo editor of Faceful.
Wow.
These beautiful vintage photos.
Can't wait to see those.
And Maddie put together really poetic.
Yeah, he read it for me the other night, and it gave me chills. It changed my perspective in a wonderful way. I thought it was a really special piece. It's going to be worth reading and buying and subscribing the magazine for that one alone.
Well, appreciate the kind words, gentlemen. And, yeah, it's just an amazing thing you're doing. If you love paintball, you need to subscribe to Great American Paintball. Jumping into crucial moment here for Chicago Aftershock and the Tauntauns. And here comes Nita as he's going to go through pretty much untouched. He does get smoked and then hits the deck. And then Hugo's going to launch his own attack. A-Rod's going to try it as well up the middle and dive in, but he's going to get shot by Hugo. And so there's no one left alive here on this side. Hugo's just a gun turret.
Hugo, MVP of this match for sure. The counterattack in the critical moment to give them a 2-point lead. He's been alive when he's needed to be. He's made some key kills out here. Hugo Verhage, the young phenom for the Tauntauns, who have emerged as a real force out here on American soil.
Yep, heading to the top 4. Allez, allez, allez.
Bonsoir to Aftershock, say the Tauntauns.
They don't need to score this next point, but they might run down and score it, maybe preserve their energy. Don't need the spread. 3-1 will be the final here. Much better look for Shock. 11th at the first event, 14th, and only went 1-3 in the prelims. And not only made Sunday, but fought through the scrappy rookies, the Sea Dogs, to get into the top 8. So
they are what the French call les incompetents.
So that is going to do it here for the set. The stage is set here for the semifinals. After a short break, it's going to be X Factor taking on Legion and Houston Heat taking on the Tauntauns. I'm Matty Marshall. Alex, thank you so much for your time and for all your efforts and support of paintball. Big paintball patron. And we'll be back here on Major League Paintball Plus. Stick with us.
Music licensing reimagined.
In 3 in a row is absolutely insane. So few teams have done it. I believe we're the 3rd pro team to have ever won 3 straight events.
I think the other teams hope that they can put as much work and time into it as we do. I wish them good luck in those situations, but I feel like we're going to be able to work harder than anybody else in the league. And as we've shown, we're going to continue to win tournaments.
Now with back-to-back wins, I feel like that's